Hi guys, welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. We're here for the Vissel Kobe versus Tottenham six-pointer.
Come on.
This friendly. I'm Barnaby Slater. I'm here with Amir. Amir, how are you doing? You excited about this friendly?
I actually am. We get a chance to see some of our stars on display, and like you were saying just off camera, it's pretty much the team that we played last season, just with Gray in there and maybe Royale. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the lads connect up again after having a bit of a break. And I'm really looking forward to the second half, and hopefully some of our youngsters can get on, show what they're about. You know, they've been looking good in pre-season so far.
Yeah.
The likes of Lancashire, your Mikey Moores, and of course we got Donley, Solomon, Scarlett. There's a lot of talent that's going to be on display today, and I love pre-season. Don't know about you, Barnaby. But I'm looking forward to it.
I'm a bit of a cynic about it, which is I am also excited to see the second half and when we bring the younger players on. But I also feel like then we won't see a great deal of them in the season. But I'm hoping that Mikey Moore might be a bit different. But let's go into the team that Bigan just selected for this. It's kind of, I was just saying to you off air, it's a little bit basically like last year's first team with a couple of different changes. So Vicario gets his first start in pre-season in goal. Pedro Porro at right back, Ben Davis at left back, and then Emerson Royale, we'll get to this, but he's starting at centre-half alongside our new signing from Leeds, £40 million, Archie Gray, who is actually a central midfielder / right back, but is for the first time in his career playing centre-back and has done for these 3 pre-season games so far, and by all intents and purposes has acquitted himself very well. Yves Basuma just in front, Pat Matassar and James Maddison making up the kind of usual triumvirate in midfield, and then Brennan Johnson, Deki Kulusevski out wide with Sonny up top. I'll just go through the bench as well. A few of those names that you mentioned are on the bench. Austin Gunter, Jed Spence, who has had a good pre-season.
Been doing really well.
Yeah, really good.
Hats off to Spence.
Yeah, hopefully that can remain the case and he keeps his attitude up. Ashley Phillips, Ollie Skip, Alfie Devine, Tyrese Hall, Lucas Bergvall, Jamie Donnelly, Mikey Moore, Solomon, Scarlett, Valise and Lancashire on the bench. So let's start with that. What have we got? We've got about 6 minutes till kick-off. Let's start with Emerson Royale. Everything that I've been reading and hearing, all the rumours are that he's getting pretty close to a move, probably to AC Milan, but that Galatasaray have recently come in for him as well. What I'd heard is that Galatasaray had kind of bid what Spurs were looking for, and suddenly AC Milan had to up their bid, which is, I think Spurs are looking for about 20 million euros. Why, Amir, is Emerson Royale starting at centre-half today, especially as well when in one of those pre-season friendlies at centre-half, he tried to get his foot on the ball and just gave Hearts a goal?
It's a bit mystifying, really. Has there been a breakdown in those talks? Suddenly, does Ange want to keep Royale? I mean, I don't know. But to be playing him in this pre-season, is he in the shop window for other teams to potentially come in and maybe more money? I'm a bit confused by this, to be honest with you. I was really surprised to see him in the starting 11.
Yeah.
But let's see how he does.
I want to make it clear, like, no shade to Emerson Royale. I think Emerson Royale is a good defender for somebody. He's a good right back for
the
somebody.
right system.
But
for the right system, yeah.
He just doesn't have the Ange ball attributes, and as a result, you know, I think it makes sense that we try and get whatever we can for him, add it to the budget for the
20 million. You know, if we get anything between 20 and 25, I think that's all right.
Well, and that's in euros. To be honest, I would take anything between 15 and 20 for Emerson Royale, I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, and then moving on, obviously you talked a little bit about the youth we've seen in pre-season so far. A lot of those on the bench. You particularly talking about seeing Jamie Donnelly.
Yeah,
like to see him. He's played a bit at left back in these games so far.
I like the look of Donnelly. I saw him quite a bit for the under-21s last season. He was, you know, a class above the rest of the players that I saw, and Lancashire as well. You know, he looks like a real goal threat. He's a goal scorer.
You said you watched him a lot in the 21s last year.
Yeah, very physical as well. Very physical. He looks like a player that can cope in the Prem. Whereas, you know, we've got, of course, Gill still on the books, who just a player who is talented but just doesn't have that physicality to play in the Prem. So I'll be very interested to see how Lancashire does, and Donnelly, and of course Alfie Devine as well. We haven't spoken about Devine, who, you know, well, it says it in the name, really. He is divine.
He's done well in pre-season, hasn't he? He looks good on the ball.
He looks
makes good decisions.
Unbelievable. And you've got to think of that link-up as well in the under-18s for England and under-21s for England, because he's been playing fantastically. I've seen him in that youth setup. He's a real star in the making. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how the boys get on. I'm hoping that, you know, the starting 11, you know, our stars can just push the boat out, get the goals, then we can make the subs at half-time and really just let them loose and see how they do against Vissel Kobe. And I think it's a fantastic opportunity for the Japanese and all our Asian fans to get to see the Spurs. I think it's fantastic. So I hope everyone does enjoy the game and they put on a good show for us.
Totally. So the players are out on the pitch. They're just doing the kind of line-up and handshake element. I just want to show what an absolute professional I am. I'm going to give you some information that I noted down about our opponents today, Vissel Kobe. They are currently 4th in the J-League. They were league champions, though, last season. They've won 1 Emperor's Cup back in 2019. That's the equivalent of the FA Cup. 1 Japanese Super Cup in 2020, which I assume is the Charity Shield, Community Shield. They were semi-finalists of the Asian Champions League in 2020 and quarter-finalists in 2022. Previously managed twice by Scotsman Stuart Baxter. Now, that's a big bit of information that you were looking for, Amir. And they have, as of 2023, a collaborative kind of sister club partnership with Aston Villa.
With Villa?
Where they share kind of ideas, techniques, and some players will get opportunities to swap clubs.
I don't like the sounds of that. Villa are ahead of us these days, being in the Champions League. I don't like that.
You know what? Actually, that's worth talking about because a lot of people, especially on Twitter and in the comment section, have been saying how they feel Aston Villa have kind of jumped ahead of us. Obviously, they came above us last year and are in the Champions League, but they've signed, I think, 7 or 8 players this summer. They did have to sell 2 players. Certainly Douglas Luiz, and I think one other for profit and sustainability rules. Do you feel like Aston Villa are genuinely ahead of us, or do you think it'll level itself out?
No, nothing's leveled itself out. They are ahead of us, simple as that at the moment. If you're looking at where they finished last season, the moves they've made as well, and I think they've got real pedigree there, manager-wise. You know, they've got someone who's very experienced, won things in Europe, so I think I can only really see them going from strength to strength, Villa, and they're going to be a big competitor of ours this season. I'm sure of it.
Sorry, just checking out the sound. So they're just going through the...
One more player we did not discuss. Well, 2 players, actually, that we didn't discuss. And both have looked very good for me. Lucas Bergvall.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Some of the balls that he's playing are way above the years that he you know, he's a young guy, but he's playing, dare I say, Paul Scholes-esque balls.
Well, there was the one particularly that I saw, which was against Hearts, was where he picks it up off the keeper and he's got a man pressing him. He takes it on the half turn and then with the outside of his boot just plays it round the corner, around the guy's foot, and then gets the 1-2, and then we're totally in. And I actually think it doesn't matter what age you are. If you've got that in your locker, that shows what a player you are. But here's the thing that I said on my channel about it. What I don't want is for, you know, if he's going to play like that, we have to allow him to make mistakes. So if he's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and he's getting the ball in that position on the half turn and he plays the ball and he loses it, we can't moan. We've got to let this kid be who he is because he looks 100%. To me like he has elements of Luka Modric about him.
Yeah, no.
The way that he manipulates the ball. I
fully agree with that, you know, and that's part of the Ange system as well. You play a loose pass or you misplace a pass, that's okay. You go, you win the ball back and you go again.
Yeah, we've kicked off. I mean, it's a big old pitch by the looks of things.
It is. So there'll be a lot of space here in behind, hopefully.
Yeah, Spurs are in our home new kit. What do you think of the new kit? I mean, I'm a big fan of it, I have to say.
Yeah, I quite like it. For me, it doesn't. I'm one of these people. I'm not too fussed about the kits and stuff. I'm more fussed about the football itself. Yeah, I want to see success this season. I think second season with Ange, there'll be a lot of expectation going into this season. And given that we're in the Europa League, that's a competition that, you know, we're one of the strongest sides in it, and we really, really should be pushing the boat out in those domestic competitions as well. There's a lot to play for this season. And I hope the boys are hungry. I know Maddison is. Do you hear what you had to say?
I did. He's given some good quotes. Just in the first 50 seconds or so, Spurs getting on the ball. Kobe are looking to press high, but we broke that press once, and Maddison got on the ball and was then... Oh, lovely ball from Archie Gray. And Ibasuma taken out. A couple of little fouls already by the Japanese side, actually. They're looking like they want to take this pretty seriously. But Archie Gray just played a delicious ball through the line from centre-back into Ibasuma, who was then absolutely...
cleaned out.
Cleaned out, yeah, that's the perfect way of putting it. And we tried to spread the play out to Brennan Johnson, but it was an overhit ball. Spurs back on the ball again in midfield. Archie Gray gets it off Basuma, plays a lovely ball back to Basuma, but Basuma loses it and then chases back and wins well, it's a throw into the Japanese side, but Basuma, something that I did accuse him of last season was not working hard enough when he lost the ball. And then even though it was only a little 6-7 yard sprint, he did put the effort in. I mean, you've got to say about the Japanese side, they're right in the middle of their league season, so you'd think they'd be fitter. This should be a good workout for Spurs.
100%. And, you know, the way the Japanese play, they never give up. They will go to the final whistle. They'll put everything in it. You remember players like Okazaki, you know, they would be full of running all game. That's a good ball by them. Chance. Oh, he didn't catch it right. That's a great opportunity for Kobe there.
Yeah, they got a good cross in from out wide. So basically, they played a ball over the top of or around the side of Ben Davis, and they were in down the sides. Davis just trying to stop the cross, and then they get an overlapping runner, and a good cross comes in. And he's free at the back stick, and just hits his volley straight into the ground, and it goes wide.
Ben should be doing a bit better, closing that cross. Oh, they're in here. They're in.
It's all right.
Oh.
So what happened there was Archie Gray, who is one of the bravest young players on the ball I've ever seen, he's just playing balls. He's fizzing balls into central midfield, and that time it just bounced off. It may have been Basuma again. But I don't mind that, because I know that's what Ange wants. And if Archie Gray is brave enough to just keep doing it, then it's up to the midfielders to be able to deal with passes like that, and we haven't done so far. But they're really, Kobe really getting the high press on. That's again, do you see what I mean from Gray? He's just giving it into that little half space. I really like it. Basuma's done better with it this time.
Yeah, I don't mind it as long as he finds his man, and we're not giving away chances. Then yeah, that's fantastic.
Of course. Should say, guys, if you're not already, make sure you are subscribed to We Are Tottenham TV.
Oh, here we go.
Daily content and all live watch-alongs this season and forever anon. Also, my channel, I'm very close to 10,000 subscribers, guys. My channel is the title, @BarnabySlater_. Go and give me a subscribe. Help me up to 10,000 subscribers. I'm about 9,400. You don't get a plaque for 10,000, but I will be giving myself a pat on the back.
There you go.
Amir, where should they find your stuff?
You can find me over on the Olive Branch podcast. I haven't been doing anything recently, but I will be getting back to it once I get a bit of time off work and I can work on that. But do check me out over there. But you can also find me on here and also over at Tottenham on Tour. But Spurs here on the attack now, just losing out there in the middle, Kulusevski. But, yeah, Kobe do look very fit here, and they look very organised, I must say. Yeah, this isn't going to be a walk in the park for the boys.
No, definitely won't, because they're definitely in the middle of their season. And as with all Japanese and certainly South Korean players at the moment, and as we know, we've just bought a young South Korean star, they're all technically very adept these days, very good on the ball. And Spurs win the ball back again. Into Yves Bissouma in central midfield, gives it to Maddison, who gives it back to Royale, who, as ever, I love Emerson Royale, but he looks so clunky on the ball. Oof.
Bless his heart. He seems like such a great character, Royale, you know. He's just, there is a bit of, shall we say, something lacking in his game when it comes to his final ball and
yeah, there certainly is.
Delivery.
There's a good chance here. Good chance of the back stick for Kobe. And it's blocked well by Ben Davis. All of this came... Okay, it's gone off for a goal kick. So this all came, actually, from James Maddison just giving a little bit of a lazy ball in midfield and losing it in central midfield. And Kobe were in down the right again. Spurs eventually got enough players back, but...
I think he had a chance to hit this first time, though, not take a touch there. That gave him the Ben Davis time to close down the shot. It's a really good opportunity for Kobe.
Yeah, and Stephen in the comments says, Ange will never stop leaking goals. System he uses is trash. Early days to get on the negative train.
You gotta love it, Barnaby. You gotta love it.
There you go. Archie Gray gets it out to Sonny, who started on the left wing there. Plays a lovely ball in central midfield. Out to Sarr, who gets it out wide to Brennan Johnson, who's going to get to the byline. And that's a corner.
Good block.
Lovely.
How do you feel Brendan Johnson's done so far this pre-season?
I think with Brennan Johnson, he's going to end up being an excellent player. And what he's really great at already is getting across that front post from the back post to score so many goals, right?
How do you feel about this? I feel like Brendan Johnson's the type of player, you need to set him targets. You need to say, you need to hunt down 15 goals this season and 10 assists. You need to outdo yourself.
Yeah. I mean, look, if we can get 10, 15 goals from Brennan Johnson and Deki Kulusevski,
why not?
Whichever wide man.
Look at the goals that other teams were getting from the wingers. You know, players like Hazard, Salah off that wing. Why should Johnson not be aiming high? You know, and I think my biggest frustration last season with him was kind of missing easy chances. So he could have had probably an extra 5 or 6 goals there last season easily with some chances that he missed. So I am looking for him to get a bit more clinical this season. But that is being a bit harsh. I do think he had a good season last season. Just it wasn't, it wasn't a 9 or 8 or 9 out of 10. It was more a 6 or 7 out of 10 for
Some
me.
good sweeper keeping there from Vicario as Spurs were put under a bit of pressure out wide, lost the ball, and Kobe could have been in, but Vicario was off his line very quickly and swept out very well.
I think Big Ange is happy to be back out in Japan.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, I don't know. He did quite a lot during the summer, didn't he? I think he went back home, or maybe he was in Greece for a bit, and then he went and did the ITV Euros punditry. I don't know. Lots of miles in the tank for Big Ange. Pat Matter Sarr on the ball there, gets it out wide to Johnson, back to Sarr. That's good stuff, and it comes back to Royale. He gets it across to Archie Gray, who's playing on the left side of the 2 centre-halves. Ben Davies comes in inverted in that central midfield slot, and we start again.
Gray does just look very composed on the ball.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see for someone so young.
Football pedigree, hasn't he? Comes from a big footballing family. Madders has lost the ball for the 3rd time in this first 8 minutes, and Kobe again in down the right as a result. Left foot across. Okay, it should be all right.
Oh,
wow.
He's given it. That is ridiculous.
Okay, so it's 1-0
offside
to Kobe.
though. It's off. Was it not offside?
No, it's not offside. So that is mad. Basically,
that is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
They got a cross in from the right-hand side, and Pat Matter Sarr thinks that there's danger behind him, so he slides in to try and, I guess, put it out for a corner, but all he manages to do is pass it straight to the striker who roofs it, puts it in the roof of the net. But it started from Maddison once again in central midfield, just a lazy kind of pass. Yeah, and here comes the cross. I have to say, that's not a good look for Pat Matter Sarr there.
But he should be getting a shout as well. Where's the communication? He should be someone should be screaming, leave it, because there's no danger in behind him.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
That is... That's really bad. That's really bad, Spurs. And, they deserve to be ahead, actually.
Yeah, they do.
They've been better than us in this first 10 minutes. They've been creating things. They've been pressing us really well. And again, we're playing it out. But he's done well there. Great ball up top. But no, not gonna get through. Oh, can he win it? No, I think that's a foul. But, no, we haven't looked good. Haven't looked good in this opening 10 minutes. And like you said, Maddison has been a bit lackadaisical with the ball, giving it away in that middle of the park too cheaply.
Brennan Johnson just got a little knock on the ankle there. You can definitely tell the difference between a team who has played lots and lots of league games, because we're just blowing a bit, and you can imagine that, as well as some jet lag. They've probably been running them pretty hard in training out there as well. So it might take a few minutes to get up to speed. But, yeah, that was absolutely a shame. Such a shame for Pat Matter Sarr, because he could have just left the ball and it would have gone out for a corner, and instead he's unfortunately made himself look a bit silly. But what I would say is I would rather him do it in this game than
look,
against Leicester away on that Monday Night Football.
This is exactly what these games are for. Get the rustiness out of the legs. And that looked like a very, very rusty manoeuvre by Sarr. But again, it's not all on him, because he does need to get a shout. If he's scared that there's a player behind, he does want to get rid of it. It's just he's completely got it wrong. He can just kick it out for a corner as well.
We should discuss. Clearly, Sonny is playing on the left-sided forward kind of wing slot, and Deki Kulusevski is playing as a false 9. What do you feel about that?
Well, we saw it a bit at the end of last season, and Kulu actually did quite well in that false 9, so we'll see how he get on. Here he is on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good hold-up play because he's got such a big butt. It means people can't get around it. Spurs have got to the byline here with Maddison. Oh,
Kulu with the little trick, with the little flick there.
Yeah, Kulu got across the front post, tried to flick it in from behind him, and it's a corner to Spurs. That was good stuff.
We know Kulu, he knows where the goal is as well,
Oh, yeah, he's a great finisher.
He's a good finisher. The question is, is that really the position for him? He's one of these players that he hasn't got a set position. On the wing, he doesn't quite look like a winger. You put him in the 10, he can do okay, but again, it's not doesn't look like
But
that.
Ange does love utility players who can play a number of different positions.
True.
So there have been talks that Napoli are interested in Kulusevski. That's too deep a corner, surely, from Madders. So actually, it did get headed back in from Ben Davies at the front, the back post, but the keeper clears it easily. There's been some talk that Napoli are interested in Decky Kulusevski, but I would be very surprised if there was enough money being offered for us to sell him. And he's still only 23, I think, and obviously also Lucas Bergvall's mentor, almost most importantly.
Yeah, big time. That Swedish connection.
Yeah. Kobe again coming down the right. They clearly see that as a bit of a weakness for Spurs. Porro is covering at left back at the moment.
They're in again here.
That must be from...
They're a good side, this Kobe. They really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Another corner for them.
From Basuma. It's a corner to Kobe. 12 minutes gone, 1-0. Lots of people in the comments very disappointed at the moment. Paul G says, Davies and Emerson, what are they doing on the pitch? Not offering the play required, to be honest. I said earlier, I think Ben Davies will stay at the club. Again, I think he's a good pro.
I'm not sure.
I just can't see. I mean, who's going to... He's what, 31, something like that? Who's going to offer any money? And also, in terms of if we get injuries and suspensions and when we need to, rest players...
But look, the way he, the way we should be looking for this season is, I don't know if we should be keeping players on the books because they're, good lads. I think we should be upgrading. If we get someone in his position, back up for you, Doggy, that is young, up and coming, I'd be happy with that. I think Ben Davies' time at the club has run its course, and I think he has been a fantastic professional. He's done well for us overall, but I don't think we need to be too sentimental when it comes to holding on to players. But
I know what you're saying, but also if we sell Ben Davies, then we need to upgrade him. Yeah, I think they're looking to find a fullback who can play as reserve to Doggy, and I mean maybe Archie Gray can for Porro already. Obviously, we've been linked with a fair few left backs like that, but Ben Davies I think can cover as the fourth centre back as well if we don't get one of those. So
yeah, but we're loaded with Phillips. You've got Vuskovic on the books who will come in a couple of years. You've got Dorringtons. You've got a lot of options there at centre back. You've
clearly
got
Phillips hasn't shown enough.
Dragusin. I don't think keeping Davies around is Is that what's going to bring us success next season? I'm not sure. I think you bring in new blood, and you get people challenging for places. Bring someone that's nearly as good as you, Doggy. You know what I mean? What happens if you, Doggy, gets injured?
I think they are going to do that, but what I'm saying is I don't think that necessarily means that Davies has to go, because I think he can cover as the fourth place centre back as well. I'm talking about the kind of players. Look, you mentioned Ashley Phillips. Yeah. Ashley Phillips clearly hasn't shown enough to Ange Postecoglou, even where he can start ahead of Emerson Royal, who's going to leave.
I
or Archie Gray.
This is what is kind of baffling me with this choice of Royal, really.
Yeah, but even with Archie Gray, he's never played the position before, but he's getting in ahead of Phillips, right? So if you're Ashley Phillips at this point, you're wondering, you're going back on loan, right?
You are wondering. But I don't know really what that's about. I think Phillips has looked all right every time I've seen him play. Very strong, very tall, very big, composed on the ball. I think you've got to give some of these youngsters more of an opportunity.
Lovely turn in the force 9 from Decky there. Gets it out to Johnson.
Oh, lovely. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's a lovely goal. It's a lovely goal.
Pedro Porro on his left foot, 15th minute.
Well done, Pedro. Brilliant goal.
Beautiful stuff from Kulusevski out to Johnson into Porro.
Wonderful goal.
Unfortunately, people in the comments are ahead of us, so I knew that was going to happen. So I'm now not looking at the comments so regularly.
You've got to get that off, Barnaby. You've got to get that off. Wonderful flick by Kulu for the assist there.
That's his second beautiful flick of this pre-season, isn't it? And Porro does beautifully to turn his man and then just place it with his left foot into the far corner.
Now, do you see what I mean? Can Royal do something like that? No. Can Ben Davies do something like that? No. This is why these players need to move on. We need top quality even for the backups coming on. You want to see that bench. You want to be afraid of it.
Yeah.
That's how. And we need a full squad. We've got Europe this season. We're going to have games left, right, and centre.
I know what you're saying, but it's just not realistic that we're going to be able to replace every player we need to replace in one window, right? So where do you think? I guess what I'm saying then. Oh my God, Royal has just done an Emerson Royal. I guess what I'm saying is
like Emerson Royal.
Where down the list of importance would you say replacing Ben Davies is compared to the importance of, I'd say, getting at least probably 2 players in who can maybe slot straight into the first team, because so far we haven't really done that at all in this window. I mean, good football getting us out of the and a lovely ball from Maddison outside of the boot to Sonny.
We'll get into it after this attack. Here we go.
Kulu's in.
Kulu's in. Oh, nearly
beautiful
side
shot,
netting.
side netting.
Very good chance there for Kulu. Thought maybe he was going to cut it back, but no, he went for the shot.
Spurs played it beautifully out through midfield from defence, and it got from Sonny into Kulu on his left foot, the near post, and he tries to get it, kind of cheat the keeper at the near post. Ooh,
keeper did well. Keeper did well there.
But that was good from Decky there. That was good from Sonny as well. Yeah, Big Ange on the sidelines, disappointed.
So when it comes down to priorities and getting players in and out, I think there's certain amount of players, and Ben Davies goes into that list for me of players that we need to get out of the club. And yeah, it might not happen this summer, but it needs to be over the next 2 or 3 windows, basically.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So you've got like Gill, you've got Skip.
Well, Hill's going to Girona now, isn't he?
You've got Skip. You've got Davies. Who else is on there? There's a few others as well that would creep up onto that list. And
for me, the list of people who are leaving or maybe should leave: Skip, Solomon, Scarlett, possibly Richarlison based on all the rumours, Reguilon and Hill, and then a question mark against Jed Spence. Now, what I'd say about Jed Spence is he's had a really good pre-season so far. All the talk is that people have been impressed with his attitude and that there's been a change of attitude. But I wonder if it's too little too late. And actually, if they get a bid worth what they want, which I guess would be about 8 to 10 million, whether that might be it.
I'd keep Spence around. I think he's shown enough in this pre-season so far. And if he keeps showing, if he comes on today and has another great display, I think there's enough to keep him around. I think we saw as well.
I'd like that to be the case, certainly.
We saw that in the Championship as well. And when he stepped up to play Premier League oppositions, he did very, very well. So we know he's capable of it. And obviously he's wanted at other clubs. So there's definitely talent in Spence's legs. The one player I'd obviously disagree with you there about getting rid of Solomon. I think you've got to give the kid a chance. Coming back from injury, it will take him a while. He is rusty. Obviously, he's been out for over 9 months, so it's a long time to be out. I think you've got to give him that time and see how it goes for this season. And then if it doesn't work out this season, then we can consider our options. But you've barely seen him play.
He did look good in that lovely stuff from Basuma and Madison in midfield. He did look good in that Burnley away game. Beautiful football from Spurs all the way through. Brennan Johnson.
Play it.
Sonny's in it.
The ball wasn't good enough from Johnson.
The linesman put his flag out. I didn't think he was off. But beautiful football all through midfield. A couple of lovely flicks and passes. Kulusevski gets it out wide to
offside.
Johnson, who is nowhere near offside.
That's not
but
offside,
the liner's put his flag up because he's behind him, and Sonny was
the
rushing
ball wasn't
in at the
good
far
enough.
stick.
He needed to float that up for a header.
That is the absolutely classic Tottenham move that we love to do under Big Ange Postecoglou, getting it out wide and then getting your furthest forward from the other side, coming in at the back post. Didn't quite work. The atmosphere in the stadium is really good. Loads of Spurs fans out there, obviously. Tottenham have a big presence.
Well,
in
we've
Asia.
just picked it up for the last 10 minutes. If Kobe had the first 10 minutes, we've kind of been dominating for the last 10 minutes,
Definitely.
Which is good.
I said, didn't I? I said I wondered if it would, it would take a while for us to get into the speed of the game, but once we do, whether we'd be able to turn the screw a little bit.
Yeah, you've got to remember these guys have been off on their summer holidays, and Kobe are in the middle of their season, so they're fit, fighting, and raring to go.
Basuma wins a free kick in central midfield, taking
He's
on
so
3
strong,
players at once.
Basuma there.
Gets
Look,
pulled down. It's an important season for Basuma, I think.
Huge. I want him to up his game as well. If you cast your mind back to the
first 10 games.
First 10 games, unbelievable. He was unplayable basically.
Yeah.
He was press resistant. He was dominating that midfield.
And then he seemed to lose his confidence a bit after that red card.
That's what it was. Well, that's what it was. But look, it's a mentality thing, right? That red card thing was just diving Basuma really, that's not that shouldn't be part of your game, mate. You're strong, you're powerful. You don't need to be doing that, and I think that did really affect his confidence. So it's about him bouncing back now. getting that confidence up. And I think a few good performances at the start of the season will do that for Biss. And I'm hoping to see him go from strength to strength.
Yeah. One thing I'd say about Maddison, we did mention the first 8 minutes, he lost the ball a number of times.
Great ball. Lovely football here from Spurs.
He's still getting on the ball over and over again. That's what I love about Maddison. He never loses his confidence on that, and Spurs just doing some good stuff. That started again from Archie Gray in the centre-back position, just playing a wonderful between-the-lines ball.
Lovely
Sonny's in on the left here again. Has a dig!
Ooh.
Saved by the keeper. That was a classic Heung-min Son, getting onto his right foot, trying to bend it into the far top corner. He didn't quite get it on the right trajectory, but it was a good save from the keeper.
We've upped our game here big time.
Oh, yeah.
We're starting to fizz the ball around quickly, starting to find our passes. Lovely play again there from Sonny. Kulu just losing out.
Couldn't keep it. Ben Davis
That's
tries to nick the ball in midfield and fouls his opposition number 2. And a little bit of respite for Kobe. 22 minutes gone, 1-1. It's been a good game so far, and Spurs are getting a good run out here. As you mentioned earlier, I'm excited to see Lucas Bergvall, but he did get that knock in the last game, so I wonder if that's why not why he's not starting, but I wonder whether he will get any minutes, or maybe they'll just let him recover from that knock. I was pleased when it was shown that he didn't have a bad injury. They're having a little bit of a water break here, I think. Fair enough. It does look sweltering. It looks nearly as sweltering out there as it is in this studio, in fact. Potter's Bar is Japan. What about Brennan Johnson? He gets a little bit. I know you mentioned earlier, what did I think about him? But he gets a fair amount of stick, I think, doesn't he?
He does.
Do you think he has the talent for what we paid for him, 45 million? Do you think he'll come good?
It's very difficult to say at this point whether he'll come good or not. I think sometimes as fans, the price tag of a player does kind of blur our lines about how we think about them. You cast your mind back to Davinson Sanchez as well. If we had paid 4 million for Davinson Sanchez and not 40-odd million, then it might have not been a bad signing. Johnson, is he worth that 45 million? Time will tell. Time will tell with this kid. And if he can up his game to the numbers we were talking about earlier, then there's a chance you can say that 45 million was well spent. But if he has another season with the same kind of numbers as last season, then he's not progressing. He's not pushing on. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that progression. Same goes for Maddison. I was actually quite worried when Maddison came because of his injury record. And what Leicester fans had to say about him. It takes him a while to come back from those injuries as well to find form. And he had a good season last season. We saw a lot of great play from him. But again, I'm looking for him to up his numbers as well and chase down more goals, more assists, influencing the games more as well. And he'll be hungry, with a new England manager coming in. He'll want to be part of that England setup. So I'll be looking for him to work his way back into that England squad as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say so far in the first 25 minutes of this game, you'd have to say that the Decky and the Force 9 experiment has looked pretty good. I think it's led to some really nice little flicks and some good kind of first-time passes around the corner.
Yeah, he's got his assist as well.
Yeah.
Decky's looked all right. But it'd be interesting to see how, again, these prop-up strikers, Lancashire will do, Valise, Scarlets of the world, it'd be very interesting to see how they get on against Kobe. And Mikey Moore, of course. Can't wait to see him.
They just got in on the right again, a good cross in from their fullback, and Pat Matassar went to kind of clear it on the volley with his right foot when maybe he should have used his left foot, and he's kind of 50p'd it back over his own bar. Sarr not having the kind of not having the most rhythmic game so far. I think maybe I'm doing him a bit of a favour there.
A bit rusty is Sarr.
So it's a corner to Kobe. Yeah, I want to see Madders fit for the whole season. I think he's. He wants to be the playmaker. He wants to be the quarterback for this side. He wants to get the ball off his centre-backs the whole time. He wants to get the ball off the inverted full-backs. And we saw earlier today already, like a beautiful ball with the outside of his foot. He's one of the few players we've got in our squad at the moment who can manipulate it with either foot and is brave enough to take the ball in really tight spaces. So, yeah, I just want him to be as confident as possible. Corner comes in.
Good ball in.
It was a great ball in. Cleared. It's gone out the back. That's going to be a throw-in to Kobe on the left-hand side. Don't forget, guys, we will be doing a post-match phone-in show later on. So if you want to speak to us about this game and all things Tottenham Hotspur, you can do. That will be probably about half an hour after the end of this game. And I'm predicting that at that point I will be sweating profusely. I am actually at some point going to have to go and take my jumper off and put a T-shirt on. I didn't realise how hot it would be in here.
Yeah, I'm hoping it will warm up even more, Barnaby. I love the heat, so...
I'll tell you one of the things I saw in pre-season. I think it was the QPR game where Luca Gunter came on for a bit, the keeper.
Yeah.
His distribution, I was very impressed with.
Yeah, again, I saw him quite a lot for the under-21s. He looked very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
He looks like a modern day keeper.
Oh, here we go. Go on! Oh, that's a terrible foul.
Yeah. Kulusevski was almost like
that's borderline red. If that's not a pre-season game, that's a red card, I reckon.
I think because he's in his own half. He just gets a flick away from the last
defender. But yeah,
defender.
he's through on goal, basically.
There is another defender there, and I think we know that Kulusevski...
Well, if he takes that... Yeah, it's hard to say that that's a goal-scoring opportunity. Maybe yellow card's the right decision there, but...
But Daki's showing a little bit more pace than I expected him to in that position, as he kind of just got a toe end onto the ball before the defender. Kobe have been pulling no prisoners at the start of this game. They're into it. They're
big
they're
time.
trying to show that they can muscle in with a Premier League side.
Here's the thing with Kulu. Do you think that the extra pressure now with all these youngsters coming into the team, do you think that's put like fire in his belly to try and nail down a spot in that first 11?
I hope so. I mean, I do, but I think more, is it about Ange knowing that we've got a technically brilliant player there, a really great finisher, but where opposition players do know how to defend against him out wide now. And it was, and have done really since his kind of first 10 games under Conte, when he scored a lot of goals because people didn't know that he was always going to bring it onto his left and either cross it or whip it into the far corner. So is Ange just thinking, well, where can I get the benefit out of this player? And maybe Force 9 is the answer to that. Kobe in down the right again. I'm hoping it's offside, and it is.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe Ange has seen something in that shift of position that, he's going to be a bit more unpredictable coming from that false 9.
Yeah.
And it does seem to be working. He does seem to thrive there. So.
And he wasn't offside either. It's beautiful football from Kobe. They know how to get in behind us.
I'm quite impressed by the level of Kobe. This is the first team that I've seen play live from the J League, but I'm impressed. Here we go again. Kobe. Oh, took a shot from far out there.
I'm going to say it again. Pat Matasar, I'd say, is the one player who has been kind of, I wanted to say anonymous, but actually he's been visible by his mistakes. He looks a bit leggy, I'm just going to say the least.
And that's saying something, because Sarr last season, he was all over the pitch, everywhere. I think he was one of our standout players, really, last season. I thought he was fantastic. He was.
Wouldn't surprise me at all if maybe Bergvall came on for Sarr at half-time. Maybe Alfie Devine. Oh. Good turn this time from Sarr, though. He's fouled.
Play it.
Plays on.
Nice.
And Kulusevski takes the ball off him. He'll pass it out to Johnson. Kulusevski makes the return run, but that's a throw-in. Good defending and a throw-in to Spurs by the corner flag.
Johnson's got to do a bit better there with that return ball. The one thing I get annoyed about in our final third is sometimes we can be a bit off with the final ball. If our final ball's a bit better, we can create a few more chances.
Well, one of the reasons why I think a player like Eza is so far up our list of wanted players is because of his ability to just Decky on the trying to find a way to a shot there, plays it into Ben Davis.
Nearly.
Eza will keep the ball in the final third a lot better for us. Son's going to have a shot there. It's over the bar. What we're not good at is kind of keeping pressure in that final third. We'll play the wrong ball and allow transitions too easily. Mm-hmm. So we need more technical players who are making the right decisions and keeping the ball a bit better, as they show some beautiful fireworks over the stadium. They're obviously celebrating the 30th minute of this important friendly. And they're showing lots of Japanese Spurs fans. Wow, amazing. You can only assume that started when we bought Kazuyoshi Toda. Do you remember him, the Japanese player?
Yeah.
I don't remember him particularly playing any games for Spurs.
No, I don't think he might have played one or two, but...
I think he was a defensive midfielder, maybe, by trade, but I don't think we ever really saw him. That must have been, I'd say, late 90s, Toda? Early noughties?
Something like that, yeah.
Kazuyoshi Toda, I think his name was. Anyway, Spurs have the ball in the back line now, and it comes to Archie Gray, who's always looking for the ball into midfield, and he gives it to Madison, who turns around the corner
lovely
to
play.
Biss, who Biss
Come on,
gives
Tottenham,
it out to
one more.
Ben Davis, who, unfortunately, because you jinxed him, has had a terrible touch there.
He hasn't had a great game so far, has he? But Kobe coming at us again. There's loads of space on the right. They're trying to find him. The ball's not good enough. Gone out for a goal
absolutely
kick.
Pinged the ball into their fullback. Their number 2 has impressed me a lot so far.
He's been good. They've been good. They've impressed me here today. And I thought, this could be another like Hearts, 5 or 6, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here.
No, it won't be. I think, like I said, the fact that they're right in the slap bang in the middle of their season will count for a lot. Let's have a look and see what some people are saying in the comments. Oh, stop saying it's Kobe, it's Kobe.
Kobe.
We've got a super chat from El Dante. Morning, Barnaby and all. Hope everyone is doing well. Kulusevski is... Oh, just lost it. Hold on. That was bad. My technical proficiency there really showing itself. Kulusevski's going to have a big season for us. Really excited for the season ahead. Coys, thank you for that. On. Yeah, I mean, I'd love Decky to have a great season.
Come on. Our ginger from Sweden. Come on, Decky.
Charles Preston, here's the good news. Emerson Royal will most likely come off at half-time. Martin Wild, I think Davis is better at centre-back these days. That could be the case. He's now into his 30s. And Ben Davis, always a willing runner. Runs from that
that's a foul,
inverted full-back role.
Oh, he's done well, Davies, to win it back. Can we hold on to it? No. Gone into the keeper's hands. And Kobe, come again.
John Raisha, I used to call Kazuyuki Toda in the hole Toad. Brilliant. Toda was on a 1-year loan in 2003, according to Godfrey Drummond. Thanks for that, mate. Douche Dash Cams, anyone who thinks the J-League is a weak league are as thick as something. Can you just, Echo Man, can you just imagine Gray playing those forward balls when he moves in midfield? So looking forward to this, yeah.
Ooh, can you imagine Gray Bergvall in there? Wow.
Exactly. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, it's just really important to me that we as a fan base, and especially those at the stadium actually, and especially at the home stadium, I think, that we allow these young players...
A bit of patience, right?
A bit of patience. Allow them a lovely ball from Gray through to Kulusevski. But we've got to allow them to be brave and make these mistakes, because we've got too many players in the squad and had in the last few years have had too many players in the squad who don't want to risk those difficult balls because they're worried that the crowd are going to groan. And
we've also mismanaged youth in the past as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I want to see these players taken care of, looked after, given a place. If they earn the place in the team, then they should be there in that squad.
Got it.
I'm expecting big things from a lot of these guys. We've got a lot of talented young players on our books, and it's time for them to step up now, and we'll hopefully give them the opportunity. And we do have that bonus of the Europa League. We're going to have so many games.
Exactly.
So many games. They're going to be coming in left, right and centre. So let's hope they will get the chance.
Oh, the ball from the corner came out to Kulusevski for a shot on the edge of the box, and his shot was charged down. Now Kobe are on the transition. I say Kobe because I've been told once again it's Kobe, not Kobe. Try and remember that. I'll probably get it wrong again. Jimmy says, wait, Archie is actually cooking with these passes down the middle. Totally agree.
No, he's looking good. He's looking very good.
Says Gray is playing so good. Let him play in his usual position to max his potential. Once again, guys, if you're not subscribed to We Are Tottenham TV, press that subscribe button. Drop the video a like. If you drop the video a like, it really helps the algorithm get it shown to more people. And you'll see in the title my channel, @BarnabySlater_. I make daily content for you. I'm very near 10,000 subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, please come and help me. You get daily content about all things Spurs. And at the moment, I'm doing kind of special daily videos about transfer rumours. And people seem to be enjoying it.
Go on, Sonny. Go on, Sonny.
Down the left. Johnson's at the back.
Johnson! You got a score there, Johnson.
Tell you what, unbelievable defending. But that, again, the archetypal Spurs move as Sonny got in round out wide. And first time he plays a ball and Johnson's got the pace on, and you've got to say this is a good tackle.
It's fantastic defending, but Johnson's got to do more to win that.
What more can he do? He's
be stronger. Be stronger.
Sometimes you've got to give some credit to the striker. To the defender,
no credit to the defender. It's on Johnson to finish that.
Sam, the producer, what do you think?
He's put it on a plate for him.
Sam sitting on the fence, not helping me there.
He's put it on a plate for him there.
It was a beautiful left-footed cross across the box.
Got to score. Got to get to that ball first, Johnson. Slide in if you need to.
Is there an argument to say that in a Premier League game he would have put more on the line?
Yes. Maybe. Yes. You need to slide in. You need to be first for that ball. Win it. Score. All it needed was a touch, and it's in the back of the net. But Kulu here on the ball. Oh, he's lost out on the edge of the box.
I have to say, it was what can best be described. Oh, Archie Gray.
Oh, incredible play there by Gray.
Lovely, quick feet.
Oh, the ball wasn't good enough.
The corner routine. Oh,
here we go. He's won it back.
The ball back. What a player. Chance for Basuma to have a dig over the bar.
I think it took a nick, no?
That all came from a very bizarre corner routine where we played a corner to the edge of the box that fell to Emerson Royale. Look at that from Archie Gray. Beats 3 men. Oh, my word. And then wins the ball back. Annoyed at himself for trying a ball that didn't quite come off. Plays back. Look how annoyed at himself he is. And that ends up with Basuma outside the box trying to just curl one. Gets it too central and it's over the bar. Lovely stuff from Archie Gray there, who's been the pick, I would say, today so far.
Listen, what you just did there, we haven't got a player who can do that.
I'm going to give him one of my little stars.
Oh, you just beat a couple of players with ease.
So I was reading today, I don't really remember this game personally, but apparently at Stamford Bridge in the FA Cup, when he was 17 last year, Archie Gray just ran Chelsea completely ragged. So long may it continue. 40 million already starting to look like a bit of a steal, I think. Sometimes you can just see players, even in pre-season. I remember Dele Alli in the Audi Cup against Real Madrid when he made his debut, and I was in the stadium, and I remember just thinking, oh, this kid is a bit different. Like, he's brave, and he's got the technical capability to pull off what he wants to. Kobe coming in once again with their number 2 fullback down the right. Deep cross, but Vicario...
Oh, Vicario hesitated there.
It's gone off for a goal kick. Vicario came for the cross, but realised it was over his head, and in the end, their forward had a chance to volley it into an empty net, but he just slices it off for a goal kick. But once again, down the right-hand side, Kobe, their fullback, I think, he was just playing very high and wide, getting another good cross in. So it's an enjoyable game, I have to say.
It is an enjoyable game, and I think, like you said, some players have really stood out, like Gray, and Decky, to be honest. Yeah. Decky's really shone in this first half.
Beautiful ball there from Madders into Ben Davis on the halfway line, who gets it back to Sonny and now to Madders.
But there is a bit of rustiness in there as well. We've seen a bit of rusty play, but that's to be expected this early in pre-season. What
a ball from Sonny into Decky, who he tried to kind of take that on the half turn, where actually it would have been better for just keep his back to goal, hold it up and wait for a willing runner. But we win the ball again as Kobe really just choosing to hike it away each time now. They're feeling the pressure a little bit as we head towards half-time. 38th minute.
Can we nick a little goal here before half-time?
Bissouma with a long ball, trying to find Sonny, but it goes over his head for a throw-in. Sonny, the everlasting question, is he a left-sided forward these days, or is he a number 9?
I think in this system he's better off the wing. I'll be honest with you. I prefer an out-and-out striker in that number 9 role. I think he's coming in off the left. He can affect the game a lot more, and his hold-up play in that 9. Sometimes the ball bounces off him a bit, and he can struggle. So I think he's more of a winger than a striker, to be honest with you. Than an all-out
where does
number 9.
Richarlison fit in this season, if at all? Obviously, lots of talk that Saudi Arabia are potentially willing to pay 60, which is what we paid for him. Oh, good win in midfield from Pedro Porro there, who finds Sarr.
I'll tell you about Richie after this attack. It's done.
Cross into the keeper.
So, with Richie, I think if he can stay fit, he is a 15 to 20 goal a season striker. But that's a big if, because he hasn't shown that he can do that for a whole season.
And he's not fit again now.
He's not fit again now.
He is on the Asian tour, though. They showed a shot of him on the bench earlier. Not on the playing bench, but sat behind the bench.
It's a really tricky one with Richarlison, because the quality is there. The predatory striker's ability, and it's all there. It's just a question of, can he stay fit? Will he stay fit? And do we want to take that risk on a player that, is out basically for 3-4 months of the season?
Would you be happy if this happened? Richarlison goes to Saudi Arabia for 60 and we get Ivan Toney for 40.
I'd be delighted with that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I would be.
Toney to me does seem like a bit of a winner. Lovely again from Kulusevski, who's taken out by their number 7.
It's not just that.
It's Maddison, sorry, not
his overall play as well, Toney. I like the way he goes about his football. I like his finishing. There are a few question marks there about mentality and other
gambling
things.
Addiction.
Yeah, things outside of football, but who doesn't have issues outside of football? So I think if he wants to come to Spurs and there is a club interested in Richie, then yeah, that's a possibility. But something's telling me that Richie's going to stick around. He already said it, didn't he?
Shot from Pedro Porro. Madison just paid the free kick into him. Porro's shot is blocked. Comes back again to Archie Gray, and Basuma on the halfway line plays it to Emerson Royale. And they love pressing Emerson Royale, but he's played a good ball back to Basuma in central midfield, who's looking for a forward ball. Finds Brennan Johnson, who finds Pap Sarr.
Go on, win it. That's
again,
it.
But he's given away a foul, apparently.
Come on, ref.
41 minutes, so about 3 minutes till half time. Don't forget, guys, do press the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to We Are Tottenham TV already. Press that like button and the bell button as well, and you'll get a notification as to when the boys, Ben and Sim, will be making daily content for you. Their content at the moment, they are out in Asia. They are making content for you from Asia, and I'm sure they'll give their post-match reactions later. Also, follow my channel, at @BarnabySlater_. It's in the title. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subs. I'm at 9,400. Help me get towards there. Help me.
Come on, guys.
You can do it.
Go and smash that subscribe button.
Free kick has been played, and Kobe have the ball. Let's have a look at some comments while we're here. It's good to see we've got 1,500 of you watching live. Thank you so much for that. Press that like button, guys. Get those likes up there. The World of Football says Tony, Neto or Chiesa if you had a choice between those. Well, Alistair Gold has come out this morning and said that everyone inside Spurs are very surprised to hear about the Chiesa links. That they don't think that's a thing at all. Doesn't suit the profile of player that Tottenham are going for.
Yeah, I don't know about Chiesa. Again, like if this was 2-3 years ago, would have snapped him up. No worries, come on in. But he's had quite a few injury problems. We are stacked in that area of the field as well. So I'm not too sure if Chiesa is coming in, and would he suit really the system? Yeah, I think Ange would find a place for him, but I'm not too sure. And when it comes to Neto, Chiesa or Tony, I'll go with Tony, to be honest with you, out of all of those three.
Jamal 2 says if we can get Jonathan David for 20 to 25 million and Tony for 40, then it makes sense to get rid of Richarlison for 60. I mean, it's quite football managery that, but yeah.
It is. I like David. I like him a lot, to be honest with you. If we can get him for a decent deal, I think he could be a good player for us, Jonathan David.
Yeah, Madders picks the ball up off Archie Gray there, just in that quarterback role at the moment. Maddison lays it out to Emerson.
Come
Royale.
on, Spurs. Let's nick a little goal before half-time.
Into Pedro
Come on.
Porro, who turns beautifully away from two players.
Lovely
gives
play.
it to Basuma, who should find Maddison, but he...
Terrible ball.
Basuma kind of caught between two stools. I should have just given it easy to Madders. Instead tries to find a mid-range ball to Sonny, but it's cut out very easily, and that was poor. That showed a bit of fatigue from Biss there, I thought. Douche dash cams again. Neto plus a really, really, really awesome doctor could work.
Yeah, I might take that, yeah.
He's certainly got a bad injury record, that's for sure. Ange Ball says Johnson wouldn't get into my Wimbledon and District Saturday team.
That's harsh. It's hard. It's harsh. It is harsh. That was brilliant play by Porro to get away from those players there.
Jason Green, why are Spurs constantly buying wingers? How many do they need? Chiesa is a waste of money. Eza and David are the players Spurs need. Well, I'd say one of the reasons why Spurs are always interested in wingers and looking at wingers is because our main tactic is to try and get goals between the two wingers, basically. You know, there is obviously some argument to say, do we need to have some more play about us? But I would say if we get more technically adept players in that midfield area alongside Maddison, so for instance, Eza, then we'll get more long-range goals and we'll get more different types of goals because he's so forward-thinking and he's always got his head up and he's always looking to play those little through balls.
Phenomenal player. Yeah. Phenomenal player, is he? Honestly, I think he'd slot into the team and he'd be one that, you know, I think would come straight into that first 11, to be honest with you.
Totally.
That's that, and those are the signings that we need. Okay, we've made a few youngsters. You know, we've got your Grays in. We've got this Hyuk, is it the young Korean player?
We have Yang Min Hyuk.
Yang Min Hyuk.
18 years old. He's
brought
another
him
winger.
in, another fantastic youngster, but we need that star quality, especially going into Europe.
I think there'll be at least one. I think there'll be at least one what I'd call marquee signing. I think it will be Eze, just like Maddison was last year. I think Levy knows that the fans can't deal without one of those. That's good football from Spurs there.
But why not have him in before the start of pre-season? That's my question.
I think I'm not sure if Crystal Palace have got a replacement yet. They've only just dealt with Elise leaving as well. Sonny trying to nutmeg his man down by the byline. That's cleared, and that'll be half-time. Half-time, Kobe 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. First goal scored by Kobe in the 8th minute. A big mistake from Pat Massart, the back stick, where he could have just let it go, and it would have been a goal kick, but instead he tries to defend it and kicks it straight to their striker, who just puts it into the roof of the net. An equaliser on, what was it, around the 15th minute, I think it was. Pedro Porro, beautiful football, kind of finished by a decky flick into Porro, who shapes to hit it with his right foot, cuts inside, places it into the far corner. It's been, for me, Amir, a very enjoyable kind of open game, as ever with Ange Ball. You know, giving up chances as much as we're making chances.
Always.
I would say, actually, we were talking about midfield and talking about the potential of buying someone like Eza. I'd say the same thing with our midfield, obviously, not surprisingly, because we're playing the same players in midfield as we did last year, but we have players in Sarr and Bissouma who I think, you know, have good legs. Similar with Bentancur when he plays as well, but we just need a bit more technical ability alongside Maddison. We have to try and find that balance between legs and energy, and then the ability to keep the ball more and hold it up better in the final third, so that we're making chance after chance after chance, rather than getting in a good position and then getting blocked and then being transitioned on each time.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. We do need that little bit of guile, that little bit of creativity in those positions, and it really can unlock. But now what I think we've got midfield players, we've got different players with different abilities that can slot in. So you're looking, even if we're going to change that whole midfield that we've got there, you can add in Bergvall, you can put in a Donnelly, who's a different style of player. You can, there's a lot of options for you. You can add a Bentancur in there, who can play a good forward passing ball. You know, so there are a lot of options. And if you add Eze into the mix of all of that, then you're really pushing the boat out, and you're saying, you know what, guys, we're coming for trophies this season. Now, it is one of those things that, for me, it has to be done. If we don't do that, it lowers our chance of success by so much. We have to do it. Other teams are pushing the boat out. Other teams are going to be making moves. Yeah. And it's the one area, if you're looking at in the last 15, 20 years, that Spurs have been poor, is in recruitment, is in bringing these players in. We can sit here. We could do a 50 episode, you know, saga on each player that we've made mistakes on. So just get it right. That's all I'm asking. Do your job correctly. Bring in the talent that we need to get to that next level, and that next level is silverware, is trophies, is winning things. That's what Ange wants. That's what the players want. We know that's what the fans want. Yeah. So let's go out and do it. It's up to the people at the hierarchy now to push the boat out.
One player who it looks to me we have got right in terms of recruitment so far anyway is Archie Gray. I think he's 100%. Been outstanding today.
Best player on the pitch.
Best player on the park. Looks so brave on the ball. Always looking to play those balls in between the lines. There was one play where he beat 3 men with a little dribble when it was a possibility that Kobe would transition. He nicks in ahead of the striker, dribbles past 2 more and tries to play a lovely through ball, gets blocked. So he's so annoyed that he's played a ball that's been blocked. He then goes and tackles the player and gives it back to Son. And then as he runs away, when Son has the ball, you can see how annoyed he was that he didn't play the ball perfectly. So he's a bit of a perfectionist. I really like him. I wanted to ask you, Amir, because there's a little bit of kind of pushback, I think, within the Spurs fan base about what now looks like a very clear-cut transfer strategy for Spurs, which is by young and hungry players who can improve, who have the attributes technically already to play Ange ball, but who can improve together and grow together. I would say similarly to how, after the first 18 months under Pochettino, he basically bombed out the last of the senior players. Mm-hmm. He bombed out Adebayor, he bombed out Kabul, who had been his captain originally. Mm-hmm. And that kind of group of players, Kane, Townsend, Livermore, all, you know, Walker and Rose were already there, but they all kind of came up together. Do you agree that this is the strategy that Spurs should be concentrating on now, or do you think that we should be looking at a few winners on top of them? When I say winners, like kind of tried and tested Premier League players who you know what you're going to get. So I would count maybe Eza as that. For me, just to answer it for me, I would say I love the strategy. I think it's what Spurs need to do, but then top it off with one or two marquee players.
if you're going to order a nice, Italian dish, a nice pasta, a nice arrabbiata, something like that, you're going to want to sprinkle some parmesan on the top, correct?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the situation that we need to do. So if you're getting these youngsters, you're getting your Hughes in, you're getting your Greys in, you're bringing your Bergvals in, you're building this base, you've got your Solomons in there, you've got Johnson who's young, you've got Kulu who's young as well. You're bringing in all that, get your Parmesan in as well. Now, for me, I would even say that if you're going to go top shelf, you're going to look at players like Kvicha. But when we don't push the boat out that far. We don't push it out that far. We won't go pay the 80 million, the 75 million.
There are bigger clubs who want him.
There are, but we said that about Dragusin. Bayern were in for Dragusin, and we got Dragusin through the door. So, for me, I think we should be aiming up even higher than Eze. But look, I think he'd be a fantastic addition to the squad, and I'd love to see him through the door. And Ebereche, if you're listening, just come on over.
He's on holiday, mate.
Well, when you get back from holiday, just look, the move's not far. Crystal Palace to Spurs, it's not. You won't even have to move house.
I agree.
Just come.
In the comments, Mr. Laserdisco, thank you for commenting. You've commented a few times saying I'm looking dapper, which is not true, but I appreciate it. He's also said Tottenham can't compete in the transfer market with the Chelseas and the Cities, so the strategy has to be adapted.
Why not? Wait, no, I don't agree with that though, because why can't we compete? And first of all, City don't spend crazy money. They buy the right players for the team that they need. They bring in players, amazing players for 40, 50, 30 million. So I don't agree that we don't push the boat out. We spent 60 bloody million on Ndombele. So, yeah.
Can I just play devil's advocate on that City thing a little bit? So one thing with Man City is, for years, their argument against people saying that they were financially doping was, we've never spent £100 million on a player. Other clubs have spent £100 million on a player. But my argument to that would be, and obviously since then they have spent £100 million on a couple of players, but my argument to that is they've spent 40 to 60 million pounds on 50 players over the last 15 years or whatever. So it's not an argument that really cuts with me, but in terms of...
They have.
But what I'd say is, look, the reality for me isn't always as basic as we won't push the money out. As you said, we spent all that money on Ndombele, on Gio Lo Celso. The wages we spent on players that haven't worked out has been ridiculous. But what I would say is, in terms of the transfer waters that Tottenham are swimming in, we are always swimming in the waters where the clubs above us, who pay more wages than us, who are winning titles more than us, who have more tradition than us in terms of Liverpool and Man United, we're only looking at players who they've looked at first and said no. That's the reality. And also you can add to that, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, etc., etc. So that for me is my argument as to why we need to be plucking players earlier and having them grow with us in the same way that we did with Bale, in the same way that we did with Carrick, in the same way that we did with Luka Modric.
There's a point at snapping them up young, but there are times where the fruit is fully ripe and you need to just pick it. Yeah. And there are players out there, like your Ezes, like your Kvichas, that are there for the taking. Now, yes, other teams are good, but what if a Real Madrid or I don't know, Barcelona come in for Eze? Or an Inter Milan
Bayern came in for Elise, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do in that? You need to fight for your player. You need to do what Fergie done with Ronaldo. Yeah, get your arm.
Him the next day.
Yes, get your arm round him. Get the family over. Show them the city. Buy them a house. Buy them the car. Buy them anything they want. Give them everything that they want. Show them that their future is secure. That's what Fergie did with Ronaldo, and look how he repaid him. So sometimes you do need to put that arm around these youngsters and buy them young, but there are occasions as well where the players are ripe. You need to pay the money, get them in, bring them in. I don't
disagree with that.
And get the job done. It has to be a balance, a mix.
Seatle in the comments has said, a club like Arsenal can pay £100 million for Rice because they already have top players in most positions. We need to get to that level before we spend a ton of money on a world-class player. Now, what I would say, so I think that's a really interesting comment. Thank you, Seatle, for writing in. One thing I would say to that is the interesting thing about Arsenal for me is, don't forget, it was only 2 years previous to them buying Declan Rice that we got in the Champions League ahead of them.
Yeah.
And everyone, and a lot of Arsenal fans were calling for Arteta's head. But what Arsenal did, and what you have to give them credit for, as hard as it is, they stuck by their man, they stuck by the project. They had Edu in the sporting director role who rated Arteta, stuck up for him. And they blooded youth and kept bringing in younger players and exciting players. Bukayo Saka was given way more of a chance than I think he would have done at Spurs under our past few managers. And Martinelli was blooded, and all of these players, and they came up together. And I hate to say it, but they are now a couple of years ahead of us because of that, and we need to stick with Ange and stick with this policy. But I do agree with you, like, if you can top it off with the lovely Parmesan, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What did you think of, because I haven't seen you this summer, but Ndombele, being released, and then B, him getting a club?
Listen, that guy, if there's anyone that has been stealing a living for the last, I don't know, how long was he on our books? 4 years?
Yeah. 2019, I think he was, wasn't he?
4 years. It's unbelievable. But again, do I blame Ndombele? No, not one bit. Not one bit. I blame all the people behind that signing and anyone who was involved in that, because you did not do your due diligence. You would have known the type of character that he was before you brought him through the door. Simple as that.
I think that's a good example of what I was talking about the transfer waters, though, because you remember we were in for Bruno Fernandes.
Of course we were.
We were in for Bruno Fernandes and we were close. We didn't get him over the line for whatever reason. You've got to assume it's because Levy wouldn't go the extra mile. And then Bruno goes to Man United. I think Levy thought they'd get Bruno the next window, because they nearly got him in the January, then they didn't, and then they're struggling. And they look at Ndombele, and he had that incredible game, didn't he, for Lyon against Man City, maybe a couple of games against Man City in the Champions League. But even back then, I saw, and I'm sure we all read, that only 2 seasons previously he was in the French second division. Mm-hmm. And he'd been talked about as having attitude problems. Mm-hmm. And that all came to pass. And I know a lot of people, Ndombelievers, were like, we didn't give him enough chance or whatever. But clearly, he, having picked up his 200 grand a week contract, just was never as motivated as he needed to be. And manager after manager after manager. Jose took him to the park.
Didn't care.
He
Imagine
didn't care
you've got Jose running you up and down during COVID, got you running up and down Hadley Wood or wherever it was. And you just don't care.
Imagine how upset he was when he got that phone call. I'm meeting you down the park. Can you imagine? He's on 200 grand a week. And you've got Jose Mourinho, one of the most successful ever managers in the world, saying, I'm literally going to run you down the park.
Crazy. It's insanity. It's insanity. But yeah, honestly, anyone involved in that transfer, just hang your head in shame, honestly. That's...
Also haven't seen you, I don't think, since Pochettino left Chelsea. Do you think they've made the right decision there, getting in Enzo Maresca?
Big mistake.
I think Pochettino, getting Chelsea to sixth in the end there, big such a basket case.
Big mistake. But let them, let them carry on. Let them carry on making. Let them, this guy, Moreza, whatever his name, he'll be gone by, 9 months anyway, so...
Yeah, I want Pochettino to be the England manager.
Do you?
I do. You don't think he'd be a great England manager? I do.
Well, no, the whole Argentina-England thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if he'd do it.
No, I don't know. I just think Eddie Howe is underwhelming. I think Graham Potter is more underwhelming. They would, I guess, try to get them playing forward, but do they have the personalities to deal with the biggest of egos? We're talking about Jude Bellingham. We're talking about the biggest players, and look, I'm afraid to say it's a truth that those players look at people and be like, well, what have you ever done?
Well, yeah, that's true. It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. He could do well for England. What I would say is, if we had Poch for Italy and Spain, I think he would have won. I think Southgate really, really did just absolutely kill our team. He just killed our team.
The thing is with Southgate is the reason why he's so brilliant at 98% of the job, which is the political side, the man management side. It's because he is a pragmatic, understanding man, right?
Yeah.
It's the same reason it's the same reason why we couldn't quite get to the extra 2%. But a bit of excitement here, because I can see from the side TV that Lucas Bergvall is coming on, as is Brandon
Lucas.
Austin, the keeper. That's a shame. I kind of wanted to see the young keeper, Luca Gunter. But obviously Vicario is that was his first game in this pre-season. Lucas Bergvall, I just love him. I love everything about him, I have to say. They're the only changes I've seen so far. Cass in the comments says, a little patience is needed. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's important to buy smart to build on success.
True.
Like Archie Gray. Great signing.
True.
Completely agree.
100% agree with that.
Skippy's come on as well.
Come on, Skippy.
Emerson Royale somehow still on the pitch.
We'll never forget that goal against Chelsea. Come on, Skippy.
That's true. I was at the stadium for that goal against Chelsea, but I was in the bar still, I'm afraid.
Oh, Barnaby.
It was like 10 seconds after the
Nah,
restart.
you got to down your pint and get back. Come on.
Genuinely surprised Pat Matasar's still on the pitch, but maybe he wants him to run the fatigue out of his legs. If you haven't watched the first half, 1-1. A goal because on the 8th minute from a mistake from Pat Matasar, and then we equalised around 15 minutes. Beautiful goal from Pedro Porro. Lucas Bergvall honestly looks like he's in FIFA. Like, it's like his... This probably isn't the forum to say this, but a ridiculously beautiful man. Far too beautiful to be a Tottenham Hotspur player. The girl fans of Tottenham going to go wild for this kid. He is like a male model. It's completely ridiculous. Anyway, Andy Lloyd.
Good old Lucas. Come on, Lucas. Let's do the business on the pitch. You
Emerson Royale, centre-half still with Oliver Skipp. Porro right back. Can't see who's left back, but Bergvall and Archie Gray now playing in central midfielder together. That could be fun. So Basuma has gone off, clearly.
Surprised to see Royale come back out.
Kobe have made a number of subs as well. Yeah, I'm surprised to see Royale back out as well. Gives it to Austin. Out to Skippy.
Skippy playing... Where's Skippy playing?
Who is this on the left now? Spurs playing dangerously across the
Skippy
half.
playing
That's a
centre-back?
beautiful ball from Austin into Pat Matasar in central midfield, who plays a terrible ball trying to find Brennan Johnson, but it doesn't work. Kulusevski still playing in the 9. Johnson still on the right. Sonny on the left. So it's Sarr, Bergvall who's pressing, and Archie Gray playing at the seat of the 3.
And Skippy slotted in at centre back,
Yeah.
has he? That's.
And who's
very
this at left back? Is it Donnelly? Donnelly is playing left back now, so you got your call for Donnelly. Bergvall plays a lovely ball into Pedro Porro in the inverted centre half.
Lovely
He plays
ball.
in Brennan Johnson.
Go on.
Oh, he tried to
lay it off for
back to
Kulu. He
Dejan.
could have shot there, Johnson.
Yeah. Well in Emerson Royale there.
But great play by Porro. Oh, well won.
And Paul in the comments says Barnes gonna get some gel for his hair, just because of what I was talking about Lucas Bergvall. Nothing could make me look like Lucas Bergvall, unfortunately.
Love it.
Kulusevski lands on his opponent there.
You don't want Kulusevski to land on you.
You don't. You really don't.
Trust me. He's a big old ninja from ginger ninja from Sweden.
Just making notes of those subs.
And
Maddison has come off as well, hasn't he?
He has indeed. Not the best first half from Maddison, but he played his way into the game a bit.
Yeah, he did. So Jamie Donnelly, who's basically a number 10, right?
Yeah.
Playing at left back for the 3rd time this pre-season. So still to come on potentially at some point. Spence, Devine, probably, maybe Tyrese Hall, Mikey Moore, Solomon, maybe Scarlett, Valise and Lancashire.
Yep.
I doubt Gunter, the keeper, will come on now. Brennan Johnson in down the right. He's
Go
in.
on, Johnson.
And
play
Sonny's
that.
in at the back. It's going to be
Finish.
a goal.
Yes.
And it is. And that is, again, the archetypal Spurs goal. 2-1 Tottenham. Heung-min Son at the back post from Brennan Johnson's cross.
Wonderful football by Spurs there. And hats off to Johnson for playing the ball at the right time. Wonderful ball in by Brennan.
Who played the ball through to Johnson? That's what I want to see from the replay. But that is what Tottenham do, basically. Oh, who was that ball from centre half? Was it Gray? No, Porro.
Was it Porro? Yeah.
Porro.
Unbelievable ball. Unbelievable ball. And Brennan just does what he should do in that situation. Slip it across to Sonny, and Sonny's just slotted it home.
Is that Son's first goal of pre-season?
I think it is. Easy finish for Heung-min Son, and 2-1 to Spurs.
I think I've said to you when we've done a watch-along before, but when I went to watch an open training session at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium earlier this season, or last season, pretty much for 40 minutes straight, they just did that move. Down to the touchline, across to the back stick, across to the back stick. So that's why they score so many goals like that. Sam, could you get me some more water just from the sink? Cheers, mate.
Because it literally is, a move that if your defenders are sleeping at the time, that you've played that good ball over the top, then you're in. If both wingers are on the same page, you're in. And it does work for us a lot. How many goals did we score late on last season with that exact move? So many.
Beautiful. Thank you, mate. So already, what I've noticed is Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall making run after run to try and help the back four when they've got the ball. There again, Bergvall calling for it and looking forward, but gives it out wide and then goes to get it as well. It's such a Modric-y thing to do, is to not watch your pass and just try and get it every time. I love that about him. .49 minutes gone, 2-1 Spurs. Royale plays it out wide to Sarr, who loves this little inside right position. And plays it back to Brennan Johnson, to Porro, back to Johnson, it comes back. Royale. We should give a bit more credit to Pedro Porro for the long ball he played. It was a raking ball through to Brennan Johnson inside the defender. And Johnson got it across to Son for that second goal. And Son on the ball now out wide.
Lovely play. Come on, Sonny. Got to release that.
Yeah, he loses it. Spurs caught out high, but Oliver Skipp does a good job.
This is the thing with Porro. From last season's performances and, the goal against Burnley, he was phenomenal. So you've come to expect it from him. You expect those high levels from Porro, and he's probably been second to Gray, I would say, today in terms of his overall performance. He's been fantastic.
I've been very impressed by Porro. And I think it's really benefited us. Oh, a bit of a knock here for a Spurs player. Who is that Porro, actually, as we speak about him? I think it's benefited Spurs that both Porro and James Maddison were not selected for the Euros because they've been able to have... Did he twist his ankle a little bit there?
It looked like a little twist.
Did he roll his ankle?
Hope he's okay.
Okay, he's trying to run it off. But if there's any doubt, just go off, mate, because we can put Jed Spence there, and he looks in pain. Oh, it's okay. He's complaining more about the
knee.
The knee on knee, I think. That's always so painful when you get knee on knee.
It is, but if it's just a knock, then he'll be all right. I'm just seeing, did he twist it at all? Because if it's...
Look at this. So Kulusevski presses, and then Bergvall goes for the... Bergvall presses a lot more than Maddison does. Look how much he works there, and actually just fouled his man.
It's okay,
in a quite mental way.
No, that's fine. He's working hard for the team. Good on you, Lucas.
How do you feel about Kraken Crypto being our sleeve sponsor? You have any opinion on that?
Honestly, I don't. I'm not a crypto expert. I don't know much about Kraken or crypto, so...
I think we got quite a bit of money for it. That's what a lot of people will be most happy with, I guess. But
yeah, I've never heard of them.
The only thing about some of these crypto deals that have been done is a lot of these companies have gone under and not paid what they owed. So that's the only kind of worry.
But that's a big risk, isn't it? If that's the case, you want to go with someone who's maybe just Kraken and not crypto. I don't know.
Just looking.
But one thing that I have been wondering about, I don't know about you, Barnaby, but this naming rights for the stadium thing. Yeah. Why is this just dragging on and on and on and on and on?
Tell you what, Oliver Skipp's done beautifully there, and Bergvall with a wonderful touch
and a ball. Oh, got to go to the ball.
Done all right actually in the end.
He's got to go to the ball there though.
Nico says Kraken is legit. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. That was beautiful from Oliver Skipp, actually. It was a bit of a dangerous moment in our own box, but Skipp read it really well, played it beautifully and easily to Lucas Bergvall, who took a wonderful first touch to beat the press, and then tried to play Kulusevski in on the right, but it just didn't quite have enough on it, and Kulusevski kind of ran away from it a bit rather than running towards it. Donnelly does well there at left back, needs some help.
Very assured on the ball, Donnelly.
Yeah. Young players are fearless, man. They're absolutely fearless. Lovely from Pat Matson. This is beautiful football. Spurs now through, not through, but Bergvall's in centre midfield, facing up their back line. He's trying to find Brennan Johnson. There's a little run from Sonny there that's good. Yeah, good stuff.
Bergvall's there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucas.
Oh.
Go on, finish. Oh, he should have had a pop. Oh,
that was wonderful close control from Lucas Bergvall in the opposition box, and we keep the ball. This is what I'm talking about, though. If the chance isn't there, don't do anything stupid. Keep the ball, keep the pressure in the final third, and that's what we're doing. Pat Matissar now lays it out wide to Jamie Donnelly.
He's so good on the ball, Bergvall.
Oh, God. Like I said, just these young players are absolutely fearless. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's Modric-y. Just feel that he got the ball back to goal, felt the defender at his back, didn't care, rolled him. Lovely. Out to Pedro Porro on the right-hand side. It's the wrong ball there, Pedro. Lost the ball. Kobe try and clear it. Gets caught over Emerson Royal's head, but Skippy once again reading the ball well, the game well. Could Oliver Skipp be the next Fabio Cannavaro, a 5'6" brilliant centre half? He reads the game so well.
Wow, you've taken me back years there, Barnaby. Cannavaro,
Yeah.
what a player.
Yeah. The last centre half to win the Ballon d'Or, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, real chance for
Kobe.
Kobe.
Oh,
Should have scored maybe, but they've still got another chance at the back
great
post.
ball in. Oh, they're in.
Whiteman does well at the feet, dives at the feet. Spurs were a little bit loose there, I think it's fair to say, but got away with it. And we start with our football again with Emerson Royal.
Do you think Ange is waiting to the 60th minute to make a few more changes?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Spence.
I think we're going to see Lancashire as well,
Yeah.
maybe more Divine.
I'd like to see Mikey Moore, that's for sure, because there's a lot of space on this pitch.
A lot.
I guess, could Mikey Moore come on for Pat Matasar at some point?
But didn't some of these players play the other day? There was
Yes,
like
we won a 5-2
that's
behind
what
closed
it
doors
is.
friendly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's right.
why.
Moore scored 2, Lancashire scored 2, and Alejo Valise got 1.
That's it.
And that is information I know, everybody, because I did a little bit of news on it on my channel. Spurs have just lost the ball in central midfield. There's going to be another chance here for Kobe. Archie Gray working hard. Shot comes in, easily saved from Alfie Whiteman, straight down his throat. Yeah, guys, once again, please do press the subscribe button to We Are Tottenham TV. Press like on this video. Smash the likes. We haven't got that many likes, but get it up, and then more people will be able to watch it. And also, my channel, @BarnabySlater_, where I give you daily Spurs and transfer content. Just go to @BarnabySlater_ on YouTube. Give me a little subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I'm about 9,400. Help me get there. Good stuff from Spurs. Get out to the right wing there. Also, you can find Amir at his podcast, The Olive Branch.
Indeed, indeed.
Make sure you give that a listen. Spurs
Come on,
with the
guys.
ball now in the back for Royal to Porro.
Come on, Lucas.
Lucas Bergvall just making so much space for himself. Plays a nice little ball into Sarr, who loses it. But it bounces to Archie Gray, who finds out wide.
Come on, Tottenham. Let's get another goal.
Son into Donnelly. Gets an early cross. It's a good cross. Well defended. But Brennan Johnson, as ever, sniffing it out. Good stuff from Archie Gray there.
Well won back. That's it. One more.
That was the pressure that Gray put on, and he knew he didn't have to dive in. If he put pressure on it.
Wonderful play. Wonderful play winning the ball back. That's the Ange system. That's what you want to do. Now it's about creating a few more chances, getting a couple more goals here.
56 minutes gone. Don't forget, we will be doing a instant post-match review after the game, and then a fan phone-in show where you can phone in, talk about this game, talk about signings, potential sales, and can talk about how you think this season will go for Tottenham Hotspur.
Good play.
As well as, of course, how you felt about what will hopefully be a Tottenham victory today. Emerson Royal lays it out again to Oliver Skipp, who I've now coined the next Fabio Cannavaro. Plays it out wide. Archie Gray gets it back off Skipp. Ever available Archie Gray into Sarr, back to Skipp, out to Bergvall on the left-hand side. There's a fluidity to where Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall are playing in central midfield. They're just kind of floating around, as is Pat Matasar ahead of them, and obviously the inverted fullbacks as well. Bergvall makes another little break there. Not a great pass from Lucas, just behind Brennan Johnson, goes off for a throw-in. So Mikey Moore and Manor Solomon are coming on now. You called it 60 minutes.
Come on,
58
lads.
minute.
Come on, lads.
And you've been calling for Manor Solomon, so we're going to get a bit of pace on the pitch. You'd think Sonny will be coming off, wouldn't you?
And Johnson, I think, maybe as well.
I would think Sonny and Sarr will come off. That would be my guess. So Mikey Moore for Sarr. Don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Emerson Royal just got turned like a tugboat there, and it's 3-on-2. Kobe should score here.
Ball.
Good header from Oliver
Great
Skipp.
block. Great block by Skippy.
Skippy's done great since he came on, and then Pedro Porro's given the ball away again, unfortunately. Kobe in down the left again. They'll try and get a cross in here, left foot.
Keeper. Well done,
Alfie
Whiteman.
Throws it straight away and it comes to Bergvall.
Go on, that's it.
Nice
Quick.
touch. Good turn
Oh,
from
Lucas. He's
Lovely
so
stuff.
good. He's so good.
He just knows when to take like 5-6 yards and when to turn back out and give it easy.
He's just so composed on the ball.
Oh, he's just gone down a little bit there. He's got a little knock, has he, again? I think he just got a little impact knock. I hope. I hope it's not his groin. Anyway, Porro has the ball now. Yeah. Skip lays it back to the keeper. Just keeping an eye on Bergvall. Oh, it is going to be Brennan Johnson coming off, apparently.
Yeah, I thought Johnson would be the one. Is Sonny coming off as well?
I'm not sure. Kulusevski's working hard again. Oh, it just doesn't quite have the pace for that, but it was a lovely run. So it's gone off, and so Mikey Moore, Sonny is coming off, sorry. Got his first goal of pre-season with a good finish at the back post into the far corner there. And
a nice assist
applause.
for Johnson as well,
Yeah,
you know.
lovely assist for Johnson.
Yeah, got to give him credit.
So Son giving the captain's armband, surely to Ben Davis, you would have thought, wouldn't you? Oh no, he's not on the pitch anymore.
Skippy. Come on,
Captain
Skippy.
Skip. Good
Captain
lad.
Skippy. Come on, Skippy.
Huge standing ovation for Sonny.
Has Sonny said anything about Hyuk, I wonder? I haven't heard
He
anything.
hasn't so far. Mikey Moore, 16 years old, coming on for Heung-min Son for half an hour. And Manuel Solomon coming on for Brennan Johnson.
Come on, Mikey and Manuel. The M&M. Come on.
Who'll play on which side then? Mikey Moore?
Probably Manuel on the left, I'd say, and Mikey on the right. Or will Mikey go up top and they'll push Kulu out to the right? I don't know. Be interesting to see.
I just want to see him with some space on the ball. We've got some lovely footballers on the pitch now in terms of ball players. Fearless ball players. And Solomon needs to show us a little bit of pace, a little bit of guile.
Get the rustiness out of the legs as well.
Mikey Moore, I think he's 59, playing on the right-hand side where Brennan Johnson was. And Manuel Solomon playing on the left-hand side. Good ball from Royale there. Into Porro, who does well. And actually there's a lot of space here.
Go on, Manuel's there. Go on, Manuel.
Solomon's going to have a dig here, is he? Donnelly.
Oh, he
he's
hit the
beams
post.
on toast, Donnelly.
Oh, wonderful play there by Spurs.
Solomon laid it back to Donnelly just about, I'd say, 22 yards out.
Oh.
And it comes on his left foot, and he just tries to slot it into the far corner. And it's a beautiful
great
effort.
It's a
outside
great
of the
effort.
post for a goal kick. Oh, actually, do you know what?
Took
he
a
hits it
little
onto
nick.
his other foot. He actually hits it onto his standing foot. So it wasn't quite as clean as it looked at first. Spurs win
Here
the
we
ball
go.
high
Here we
again.
go. One more.
Saar. Mikey Moore's come inside there, so there's no width, but he makes a run.
There's a lot of space out on that left. Bergvall's there.
Yeah, Bergvall, and he's got Solomon outside him, but he comes inside. So he's just looking to dictate things, Bergvall, isn't he? Both him and Archie Gray, actually. They've got a nice little relationship already. Does well there, Bergvall. Tries to chip it in. Lovely
What a
ball.
ball.
Fucking hell.
What
Here comes
play.
Mikey Moore, back stick.
Finish!
Oh, I'll tell you what.
handball!
I'll tell
Is
you
that
what.
not handball?
Mikey Moore has just hit it into towards the far corner, and a defender coming across, slid in, doesn't know it's there, but it's hit him on the arm or the back. It was beautiful football from Spurs. Comes out to Moore.
It looked
It's
like
a good
handball
finish,
to me.
and it hits the 55's back/arm. It's his arm.
It hits his arm. That's what I thought.
It's not on purpose, but you know, that stopped a certain goal.
I think if there's VAR in that game, that's a penalty. But yeah, great play by Spurs there. Really, we're looking so good since Moore and Solomon came on.
Yeah.
It's like injected a bit more pace into the team, and I must say, like Bergvall has been on another planet
He's a
since he's come
conductor,
on.
isn't he?
He's been on another planet, honestly.
Yeah.
Him and Gray building that relationship in the middle. I love to see it. Long may it continue, and hopefully we can carve out another goal here.
And Donnelly is taking up some lovely inverted positions from that left back in central midfield, calling for the ball and getting it off the centre halves. Got a lot of footballers on the pitch here now. Archie Gray takes it just in the left side, gives it back to Skippy, who's been really good since he's come on at centre half.
He has.
Emerson Royale, one of the few starters to still be on the pitch. Oh, just a bit of a mistouch from Gray there, and they're in transition here, Kobe. This is dangerous. It's going to be... Skippy gets across. Oh, no, he gets beaten.
Great goal.
2-2.
Great goal.
That's a shame. Because that was
Kobe with the equaliser.
That was Archie Gray's missed touch in midfield, and he's had a great game. But it will happen.
Skippy's also committed to the challenge and just got done.
I just think he could have gone in a bit harder on the 50-50 there, Skipper, because it's a pre-season friendly. There. See what I mean?
Yeah, he got done. He got done.
And in the end, Emerson Royal slides in and it deflects past the keeper.
It's probably going to be a Royale own goal, isn't it?
Was it not going in already? Oh,
I don't
maybe
know if
not,
it was.
actually.
I don't know if it was.
Yeah.
So it looks like Royale has snuck his way onto this score sheet today.
Well, as ever, watching Tottenham Hotspur, goals, goals, goals. Oh, apparently there's going to be a penalty shootout if it's level.
We should have had a penalty a minute ago.
Yeah, I completely agree. Henry Sargo. Ange is actually not very good. Mr. Laserdisco, let's all get behind Levy Ball. We're never spending £100 million on a player. Jamal 2, how is Emerson even
Phillips
playing?
has just
FFS,
come on.
Man.
And Abbott as well.
Abbott wasn't even on my bench list.
There's a lot of hopes. And Lancashire's come on now.
Okay, all the changes now. Okay, so
Come on, Lancashire.
Lancashire is on for Decky, presumably, is it?
Yes, I think so. I presume so.
Spence at right back, okay. That's good. Abbott, so Phillips at centre half for Royale. Skippy's gone into midfield. Oh, has he taken Archie Gray off?
I think he has, but I haven't seen confirmation of it.
Yeah, all the starters are off the pitch now. So Abbott's come on in central midfield.
Yeah, Archie Gray
Lancashire.
as well.
Okay, so a very young side on the pitch now.
Yeah.
Skippy's moving into midfield. Jed Spence right back. Phillips. Oh, is it Abbott playing centre half? 55?
I think so. And he's pushed Skip up to defensive midfield.
Yeah. So Abbott centre half. Phillips into midfield with alongside Bergvall and Donnelly, I guess.
And Divine on for Pape Sarr as
Divine
well.
has come on as well.
So a whole new look Spurs here.
Well, you said at the top of the show, this is what you wanted to see in the second half.
Exactly that.
Give it into
Go on.
Spence.
Go on, Spence.
Lovely first touch from Jed. Nice idea. Doesn't quite make it to Mikey Moore, but he chases, works hard.
Well won.
Spence.
Well won back.
Good luck. Good stuff, kid. Divine now. Good cross from Divine.
Finish!
Oh! What a superb cross from Alfie
That's
Divine.
exactly what Lancashire feeds off, those kind of
Lancashire
balls.
just wasn't there in time, but he so close was. It was like Gascoigne against Germany, Euro 96.
Oh, he
What a
was
ball from
so
Alfie
close.
Divine in the Pomo.
So
Between
close.
the keeper and the centre half. Whipped in Beckham-esque. Beautiful. It's a shame for Lancashire. I was impressed by Jed Spence there, though. Really worked hard when he just made not the perfect pass and won it back quickly. Oof. Okay, lovely turn from Lucas Bergvall there. Breaks past the man in midfield, and then a bad touch, but then absolutely crunches into a tackle. He's got a bit about him as well, and now he's a little injured as well.
He'd be getting a red for that in the Premier League, I reckon.
It's just a bad touch there. Oh, they didn't show us the replay.
He went in studs up there, Bergvall.
Oh, terrible from Ashley Phillips there. Terrible touch. But it's all right. We've got men behind the ball.
Come on, Spurs. Let's get the winner.
Lots
Come on.
of pressing and tenacity from this young Spurs side now. Should say also that Kobe have made a lot of subs themselves as well. Offside.
Come on, Spurs. Quick. That's it.
Skip to Bergvall.
That's it.
Solomon, a chance
Go
for
on,
him to open
go on,
his legs
Manor.
now.
Go on, Manor.
Cuts
cut
inside,
back.
as is his want. Good stuff.
Find the ball. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's a good knockout to Mikey. Lovely. Oh, the first touch from
Middle,
Moore.
middle.
And Divine has a shot in the end, and it's punched away by the keeps.
Got to win that.
Yeah, Donnelly shouldn't have let that bounce, actually, but
No,
it's actually
you've got to
worked
win
out.
that.
Okay, Bergvall again on the ball. Into Solomon. He loves these areas. Might try and open out. Doesn't quite get ahead of his man. Skippy flies in.
Go on.
Chance here at the back.
Go on.
Oh!
Whoa, what a shot.
What a hit. Is it Jamie Donnelly?
Donnelly with a volley. Oh,
the
what a
technique
save.
on that. So
what a save, though.
it skies up to Donnelly on the left-hand side, and he just puts his laces through it on the volley. And keeper actually makes a great save for a corner, and Spurs have taken it quickly. With Devine now, number 45. Gets it out wide to Mikey Moore, number 59. Comes inside. I think that's Donnelly again, 63. Plays across to the back stick. Spence tries to get on the end of it. Oh, Phillips, sorry, tries to get on the end of it. Goes out for a goal kick. I've enjoyed this game, and I'm enjoying it now with the youngsters on. This technique from Donnelly, oh, he's so unlucky.
It's a fantastic save by the keeper. Really great save.
People have been talking about Donnelly's technical abilities for a long time.
Honestly, when I went to the under-21s Tottenham versus Arsenal, and Donnelly was just there was Donnelly who looked head and shoulders above everyone there on our side, and Arsenal had a winger. I can't remember his name, but he was also head and shoulders above everyone. He basically copies Saka's style of playing. You know, that cutting in, going left, going right,
Yeah.
and looked very good as well.
They've just shown the equaliser again for Kobe, and I think what Skippy did wrong, he needs to go with his side foot. So there's a 50-50 challenge, and Skip should have just ploughed through the guy. If he goes with his side foot like that, then it clears him out with the ball. But instead he kind of dangled a toe a little bit, and the guy was able to cut in. But look, that's why Oliver Skip isn't a centre-back, and also it's a friendly, so he doesn't want to get injured.
Yeah.
You can kind of understand it. They're having a little bit of a drinks break. Possession has been 66% Spurs. We've had 11 shots. Our pass accuracy has been 92%. It's been a great run out for Spurs so far. I think whatever the score ends up being, this will, have been a very, very useful game for us.
This will get them up to pace as well. You can see Bergvall there sweating profusely. So these Kobe guys, they're serious. They are serious.
Can I just say, Moon Kiwi in capitals in the comments says, do we win a cup if we win this game?
The Kobe Cup.
Vi Believe says, I need Tottenham to win for my 12-5 bet to win. There you go. We've still got some gamblers.
Come on.
Lionheart, Skip is not on the level we need. Is Skippy someone you'd put alongside Ben Davis as someone we need to upgrade?
Yeah. I think as well for him, he needs to move on. He needs to be playing regular football week in, week out, and I just can't see him getting that at Tottenham Hotspur this season.
I think there are lower Premier League division clubs, kind of maybe promoted clubs who could do really well with a player like Ollie Skip.
He'd do amazing at an Ipswich or
Yeah.
Definitely.
Kobe breaking through a little bit here, but Skip plays a nice ball out to Jed Spence. I have to say, and I know it shouldn't matter, but I much prefer Jed Spence without the weird kind of black flappy thing he used to wear over his hair. He's now got kind of more of a standard long ponytail. And hair-wise, as you know, very important to me. I much prefer it. Spence made a good little run there. Moore tries to find him.
Unlucky there, Moore.
Doesn't quite get there. But we're pressing high.
Go on, Bergvall, winning it back.
Lancashire holds it up well as well.
Fantastic play, Spurs. Brilliant. Well done, Skippy. Holding on to the ball. Bergvall's there.
Good football this
Out to Moore.
Now Mikey's playing on the right side, but he likes to cut in on his left, doesn't he? Moore, is he left or right-footed? I haven't seen enough yet to know.
I think he's right.
Lovely ball into Spence. Good touch. Lovely football from Spurs. Lovely football from Spurs. Should be a penalty. Surely a penalty. Lancashire was about to put the ball in the net and he's taken out.
Yeah, it looked like
that was unbelievable football in around the box. Skip to Spence to Donnelly, I think, or Devine across the front.
Yeah, it looks like a pen.
He's got his shirt is being pulled at the least. This ball from... Oh, God, we've got some good young players. We have got some exciting young players.
The best we've looked all game is with all these youngsters coming on.
Yeah. And some of the Kobe player going down with cramp now. I think it was that Mikey Moore with the cross. I think it was.
Come on, Mikey.
Ridiculous.
Unlucky
Both
Lancashire.
Devine and Moore have shown their technical brilliance with their crossing, and obviously Bergvall has been pulling the strings.
And Donnelly's looked fantastic since he's come on as well.
Yeah. There's rumours earlier this summer that Rob Edwards and Luton are interested in taking Donnelly on loan this season. Obviously, that would be an upper reaches of the Championship move. Wouldn't be bad for him, don't you think?
Could be a good move.
54,000 people in watching this friendly.
Incredible.
Great stuff.
Incredible.
Oh my God, they've all got the brand new Spurs kit on. How much money are Spurs making out there? They've all got the new Spurs kit on. Not them. They're now showing the Kobe fans. Kobe still committing a lot of men forward. There's so much space in midfield
Tottenham.
in this game.
Come on, let's get a winner. Come on,
man. To
Manu.
open his legs now, and he's running down the line. He wants to cut in.
Who's helping him?
Still got it. Took his man on.
Bergval's there. Bergval's there. Donnelly's there.
Do you know who Bergval really reminds me
there.
of? I know I've told you Luka Modric, but also, I know it's hard to say, but Erdegaard. Just, he glides on the ball. Smart footballer. Well played skip out to Bergval. Helps him out there because it wasn't quite a great pass.
No, it wasn't.
Abbott, who I don't know much about.
He's been phenomenal, Abbott, in the under 21s.
The one I've heard a lot about is Tyrese Hall, actually. He's been playing well in pre-season, hasn't he? Skip to Bergval. Bergval out to Spence. Rolls his foot over the ball, gives it back to Lucas, who turns well, but just loses it. Wasn't a perfect ball to him. And on the transition again, no, they're offside there. They're miles offside. That's a good high line from Spurs. Bergval puts his hand out, but actually I think it was just a difficult ball that he tried to roll his foot around.
Can we get a little winner here? I think the lads deserve it as well. The way we've played, we've gone about our business in the right way.
Yeah.
Great football. Can we nick a little winner? Come on.
Let's hope so. Guys, don't forget, straight after this show, we'll be doing an instant live match reaction. And then after that, we'll be doing a post-match fan show. Horrible foul from Ashley Phillips there.
It's going to be
level with the terrible foul that one of the Kobe players did in the first half, and he rightly gets a yellow card. He's chasing his mistake there, Phillips. He plays a bad ball out towards Moore and then just absolutely hammers through their player. It's nowhere near it.
No.
Yellow card. Yeah, as I said, we'll be doing a post-match fan show as well, so you can call in and speak to us about all things Spurs then. As Manor Solomon again takes on his man out wide.
Go on, Manor.
It's actually decent defending that in the end. By the number 87. Solomon looking to run his man down the line. He's out wide again. He's found Donnelly, who dinks it beautifully. Oh, Mikey Moore should score at the back stick.
He has to score. He has to score.
That's
all right, Mikey. You'll get another chance. Don't worry.
It's a beautiful cross, this, from Donnelly on his left foot. Dinks it, and then the defender in front of him puts him off. He jumps in front of him.
But you know what? That's a little bit of a lack of fundamentals when it comes to his heading, because you should always head down.
Yeah.
Always head down. If he heads that ball down, it's a goal. But he'll learn. He's 16. He's 16, guys. Let's remember that. He's in the right position. It was fantastic play by Manor there to slip in Donnelly as well. He did really well there on the wing.
Let's not forget, Mikey Moore is not allowed to sign a professional contract until his 17th birthday. And they have the deal agreed, but of course there will be clubs sniffing about.
There'll be a lot of clubs sniffing about.
That is why, I'm sorry, but that is why he was given Premier League minutes last season. It's why he's, on the plane. They know that they need to show him that there is a route through. And there definitely is. He's a talent. Good pressing here from Lancashire and Bergval. Yes.
Win that.
Lovely tackle from Skippy. Lovely chance here for Solomon.
Come on, Manor. Go on.
Cuts in. Blocked.
Unlucky.
But we keep it again. Donnelly now. Plays it inside again to Solomon. Tries to run him the wrong way this side. Oh, he does well, though.
Unlucky. Come on, Tottenham. Let's go again. Let's get the winner. Come on, Spurs.
Well played, Ashley Phillips there to win the ball back as a throw-in on the halfway line. Spurs look vibrant with this young side on the pitch. Phillips going to lay it along to Jed Spence, just in our own half at the moment. Bergval wants it. Spence looking to open it out. No, it goes back the other way to Phillips and now to Abbott. Needs options. Skippy not quite as desperate to get on the ball in central midfield as Archie Gray was, but Skippy has done some good defensive work as well. There's a good chance to give it to Skippy. Good stuff. Opens his body out. And it comes back along to Phillips, who's going to find...
Come on, Moore.
Is that Devine?
It is.
Into Spence.
I want Moore to get
Bergval.
a goal now after that miss, Get it off his shoulders.
Lovely ball from Devine into Bergvall. Devine as well just loves to look forward. Bergvall finds Lancashire, I think, is offside.
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself, Mikey, because he really should have scored that header.
Yeah, he was offside.
Can Lancashire get on the score sheet? I'm surprised we haven't seen Valise.
Well,
maybe you can't play everyone, can you?
Yeah.
And maybe he played a lot of minutes in that behind the scenes one.
All the talk coming out of the
doors.
coming out of the camp is that Lancashire has basically jumped ahead of Valise in the pecking order. They've been incredibly impressed by his work ethic and his finishing and ability to learn this pre-season. So it could be that Valise ends up going on another loan, hopefully one where he gets some minutes, because at Seville he didn't get any minutes at all.
He didn't get a lot there, no.
It was a bit of a waste of time loan-wise in the end. Let's hope this doesn't peter out into a draw. I'd love to see us get a winner here, but if not, there will be penalties, which could be interesting. I guess you'd look at probably taking the penalties. Skip, Bergvall. You'd like to think Moore would take one. Lancashire. Devine, maybe. Spence.
Yeah, I don't want to let it get to that. We should be trying to get the winner here.
Bergvall taking up a good
definitely
spot
created
on the
enough
left,
to win this game.
Oh, for sure. Bergvall tempted to have a dig from 40 yards here. It's a bit of a tired effort in the end.
Yeah, just blocked there. It wasn't the right time for the shot.
Alfie Devine chases it all the way back into his own half. Into Skippy. Opens it out to Abbott. Oh, bad ball from Abbott. There's a transition on here, but they didn't play a good ball back, and Abbott chases back well. 10 minutes to go. 2-2.
Come on, lads.
Goals scored by Pedro Porro and Heung-min Son, with potentially an Emerson Royal own goal for them. And the first goal was a mistake from Pat Matassar, which, like I said at the time, happy for him to get that out of his system now before the season starts. Be interesting to see what midfield Big Ange starts for with in that Leicester away Monday Night Football. It's so gutting that we don't play till the Monday Night Football.
I'm so annoyed about that. I'm so annoyed.
Do you know the other thing about it? That's a classic Sky Sports script thing, that where they want the atmosphere to be as good as it can be for the promoted side, and they want there to be a scalp for Leicester. It'll be the Harry Winks derby.
I'm also so annoyed because I'm working that day and I'm off on the Saturday, Sunday, so it's so frustrating. I would have loved to have gone to that one.
Oh, good turn from Skip there. Oh, and he tried to play a difficult ball, and actually it's broken to Kobe.
Oh,
Phillips.
Oh, you can't lose it there, Phillips. One back.
That's a good ball. Yeah, comes back to the keeper.
So we've got about just over 8 minutes left of regular time.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, press that subscribe button to We Are Tottenham TV. If you haven't already, press the like button as Jed Spence tries to play a ball over the top to Lancashire. Use your strength here, Will. Well done, boy.
Well done,
Good hold up
Lancashire.
play.
This is what I mean. You see that physicality. He's so strong.
Yeah. Also, that takes experience, that to know how to use your body in the channels like that. It was very impressive. Press the like button. Make sure you press the like and subscribe and the bell button. It's a goal kick for Kobe.
It's bounced off Spence there.
And also, you'll see in the title, my channel, @BarnabySlater_. I make daily Spurs and transfer content at the moment. Give me a little subscribe. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Help me get up there.
Come on, guys. Go over and subscribe.
Already.
Come on.
You can find Amir at the Olive Tree Podcast. Check that out for more of Amir's dulcet tones. Let's go into the comments a little bit as we head towards kind of the last 6 or 7 minutes of the game. Moon Kiwi, We Are Tottenham TV, ban the people who say fake scores. Apparently people in the comments just saying fake scores. Don't really know why you would do that. I guess they're bored. Mr. Laser Disco says, Ben and Sim were like superstars yesterday at training. Big up Tottenham, We Are Tottenham TV. That's great. The Henke dude. If Gaffers had a shirt number, what number would Ange have?
Go.
Tell you what, we're breaking through.
Come on.
Is it Lancashire?
Think it.
Oh, nice idea, but didn't quite play a ball across the box well. And now there's a transition counter-attack for Kobe. They've got a lot of men forward here, Kobe. Play it out to their right winger.
They're not giving up here, Kobe.
No.
They want the win as well.
Spurs have got some men back now, though. Good ball. Fizzed ball out to their left winger. And a good cross. Well cleared by Abbott. Chance for a shot here for Kobe. Oh, good football. No, it's wide.
Goal kick. Do you think Divine needs a loan? Or do you think he'll be part of the first team?
He had his loan, didn't he, at Plymouth last year? I think he started well there, but then dropped off and they had a management change. Obviously, I think they ended up getting relegated, did they? He looks like a really good player. I think it's probably unlikely that him, Bergvall and Gray will all get minutes this season. But
that's the thing. There's not space for all of these young kids.
That'll be interesting to see. I mean, look, let's not forget, Danny Rose and Carl Walker back in the day, they went on. They weren't really highly rated. They went on loan and they did brilliant things, especially Danny Rose at Sunderland, if memory serves. And what we need some of these players to do is have successful loans and really give the club no choice.
Spence is
Lovely
there.
run from Jed
beautiful finish.
It's a good save from the keeper.
Lay it off.
Oh no, he's left-footed, Donnelly. It's good football here. Spurs chance for Solomon tries to whip it.
He's tried to bend it into the top corner.
The keeper got a vital touch. A lovely run from Spence. Got to the byline.
How about this ball?
Just showing the replay now. So Mikey Moore.
How about this ball?
Plays an unbelievable ball into Spence. Takes out two players. It's a great cross from Spence. The keeper just gets a touch on it. Otherwise, Lancashire would have had a tap in. And in the end, it comes out to Solomon, who tries to bend it into the far corner, and it's just over. Not a bad effort, actually. And wants a winner here. Swearing on the touchline. Wow, it's been a really fun performance since the kids have all come on. That's a foul.
That's how much of a winner he is. He wants to win against Kobe in the pre-season, just like he wanted us to beat City and hand the league to Arsenal.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go.
That's how much Ange wants to win.
Devine on the ball. Out wide to Mikey Moore. That pass from Mikey Moore to set Spence in was like eyes in the back of his head stuff. Spence taking up some good positions here. He's a good footballer, clearly. Lovely ball from Skippy. Nice idea, that.
Go on.
Donnelly's gone for the return. Solomon just plays it a bit behind Bergvall, slows us down a little bit. Skip back to Solomon. Back to Abbott, playing very high line in their half now. Lucas Bergvall on the edge of the box. Does well. Needs to find Mikey Moore. Just tries to dink it. Cleared, but we'll win it back. Jed Spence with a very weird header.
Win that. That's it, Jed. Well done. Corrected his mistake.
Mikey Moore. It's just a bad ball from Spence, but cleared for throw, and Spurs putting some pressure on in the final third here in the last few minutes.
But Jed's looked like a real winner here since he's come on. He's fought for every single ball. He's made a mistake. He's gone and won it back. A lot of praise here for Jed.
Skip lays it out wide to Abbott. Let's not forget, we've got Romero, we've got Van der Ven to come back, we've got Dragoshin to come back. There's a lot of exciting stuff to think about Spurs at the moment, in my opinion. And let's not forget, it was only just over a season ago that we were playing horrible football. Donnelly is in again.
Finish! Yes!
Goal, Lancashire,
Come on! Brilliant play.
Moore, in fact.
Brilliant play. Just what I wanted. Come on, Mikey. Come on. He's corrected that mistake. It's wonderful play. And it's three of our youth players connecting. You got Solomon, Donnelly, Moore, all doing the business. Phenomenal.
Let's have a look at this replay.
Phenomenal.
Bergvall in central midfielder. Out to George Abbott. Gets a good ball out wide to Solomon, who plays in Donnelly, who cuts it across the front.
Lovely football, guys. It's scintillating football. Scintillating football. And again, Moore in the right place. He's come on. He could have scored. He could have had 2 goals.
Listen, Mikey Moore is not a natural right-sided forward, I don't think, but that shows that he is listening to what he's being taught by Ange to get into the centre of the box when Donnelly made that run to the byline. Beautiful
Unbelievable.
stuff.
Unbelievable. Come on, Tottenham. Perfect.
That might save us penalties, let's hope. Let's see what the comments are saying about that. Beautiful stuff. Kobe Cup champions. Roberto Villegas, thank you for your super chat. This has been the best preseason game so far. Coys. I agree. Danny Levick, sorry, but Mikey Moore is the next CR7. Phil Cornwell, scintillating so good. Yeah, that was lovely stuff. You know, Ange has a very specific way of playing, and when it works beautifully. It's a lovely goal. Mick says, Jed is crazy good. Can't believe I doubted him. Okay, 2 minutes left. Oliver Skip does well.
Come on, let's get another one, lads. Come on.
And Alfie Devine did well to turn away from a press there. Good stuff. There'll be some good comments, I'm sure, from Postecoglou about the young players who came on today. Phillips now, out to Abbott. You would like to think there won't be much extra time to be played here, added time, sorry. Bergvall, again, conducting things, nominally taking up a space on the left-hand side of a 3 in midfield, but really just kind of fluidly moving wherever he wants. There he goes again, gets the ball off Abbott nice and easily. Skip as well. Spurs fans all singing Mikey Moore's name. He's one of our own. Back to Whiteman.
I absolutely love it. Get that contract signed, Mikey.
Beautiful ball from Abbott to Jed Spence, who made a lovely inverted run there, but he's played the wrong ball, unfortunately. But I was impressed by the first bit of action there from Jed. Oh, and a good win up the pitch there.
Go on.
From Jamie Donnelly. Gives it to Spence. He gives it back to Donnelly. Nice turn. The Spurs should just keep the ball now and take their victory against a team who, although they've made a lot of changes in the second half too, are in the slap bang in the middle of their league season, so a lot fitter, and Tottenham have done beautifully. Oh, nice stuff from Moore. Will he keep that on, Skippy? Oh, nice idea from Skippy. Oh, well done, Mikey.
Oh, brilliant play, Mikey Moore. The skills.
3 minutes
this
added
kid,
time.
16 years of age.
Yeah, he's waltzing around players.
Oh, unbelievable.
I believe the term is taking the piss.
Well, yeah.
Lovely from Lucas Bergvall. Oh, he's lost it though, and then he's going to foul him.
Back. Come and win it, Lucas.
I'll tell you what, they're in here now because of Bergvall. It's 3-on-2. Big chance here for Kobe. It's gone behind them a little bit. That might help us.
They've misplaced that pass at the crucial moment, Kobe.
I'll tell you what, Ange won't mind that from Bergvall because, as we know with Ange, he says, I want you playing all the time. I don't want you to sit off just because you're winning. Don't forget against Shakhtar Donetsk in the pre-season friendly last year where we were going into half-time. We started trying to just sit on the ball and Ange went mad. He won't mind that Lucas Bergvall made a little mistake on the ball there and gave Kobe a chance. Don't forget, once more, guys, we'll be doing an instant match reaction after this show. Then there will be a post-match phone-in show where you can call in and speak to us about all things Tottenham Hotspur. That'll be in about 25 minutes, half an hour's time. Press that subscribe button, press the like button if you haven't already, and at Barnaby Slater _ is my channel, trying to get to 10,000 subs. It's in the title. Give me a little subscribe there as well. Daily Spurs content and transfer content throughout this summer. Kobe in down the left now. They've got to run. Are they going to get a cross in? And it's a corner to Kobe. Are they going to bring the men up? 1.5 minutes to go.
It's a really good block by Spence.
Yeah,
he's really impressed me since coming on. And so have a few of the others. I must give a shout out to Donnelly as well. I think Donnelly's been phenomenal.
I think Donnelly might be worthy of one of my little stars, actually.
Oh, I think so, Barnaby.
Yeah.
Star quality for a star man.
Okay. 1 minute to go. Kobe going to whip in an in-swinging right-footed corner from the left. Here we go.
Last chance saloon for Kobe. Oh!
It's across the box. It looked dangerous, but now Spurs looking to break it out with Mano Solomon.
Go on, Manor. Go on, Manor. Show us what you're made of. Come on.
He just loses it because of momentum, but he does well to get us up the pitch.
It was one player too many for Manor there. Needed a bit of help. But he's also looked quite good since he's come on. He's done well down that left side.
He has, yeah. Lancashire closing the ball down. He's a big old unit, Will Lancashire, you know.
He is.
Jed Spence, good header.
Come on, one more chance.
Lovely
Let's
ball.
get another one. Oh, nearly.
That was more, I think.
Moore's just
20 seconds left. I think we're going to do enough here, Spurs, unless Whiteman does something mental on the ball.
Does he still think he's on the playground, Mikey Moore? Because he's playing as if he's just having fun.
Completely agree. It's good to see.
It is wonderful to see. Absolutely wonderful.
10 seconds left. Don't forget, guys, we will be doing post-match reaction show straight away after this, so stay tuned for that. And then the post-match fan phone-in after that. Give us a call. The referee blows the final whistle. It finishes Tottenham Hotspur 3,
well
Kobe 2. A great run out for the side. We will be doing our post-match instant reaction straight away, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't pressed subscribe already, make sure you do. Cheers.
Come on.
Hi guys, welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. The pre-season friendly between Kobe, or Vissel Kobe is their official name, and Tottenham has finished 3-2 to Tottenham Hotspur. A very typical Ange Postecoglou Spurs game. Lots of space everywhere, lots of chances, lots of goals. But in the end, Mikey Moore scored the winner with just a few minutes left.
Come on, Mikey.
And Tottenham take their third victory of pre-season. I'm here with Amir. We watched it together on the watch-along. Always good to get a win, and a lot to be excited about after watching that game, I think.
A ton to be excited about. And honestly, Barnaby, you know, the script played out just as I would have liked. The youngsters came on in that second half. They injected, fresh blood into our team. And I'm just delighted for Mikey Moore. He got his name on the score sheet, got the winner, and we got the job done. It's a really great feeling. And apart from Mikey, you've got so many other talented youth players that we saw come on and have a really good impact. In fact, we looked fresher in that last 30 minutes than we did in the first half. So I'm just really delighted. But we'll get into a few of those youngsters that did really well.
Yes,
today.
Absolutely we will. So we're just going through what happened in the game. 1-0, we went 1-0 down after 8 minutes. And that happened because Kobe had a little transition breaking forward, and they had a cross from the right-hand side, left-footed, bending in, and actually there was nobody there for them. There was no danger. But Pat Matasar didn't get a shout loud enough from Vicario or from Pedro Porro. Actually, I remember Pedro Porro, you can see if you watch that goal back, he's got his arms out like that, as if to say you can leave it, but he doesn't seem to scream loud enough. So hopefully we'll learn from that, because Pat Matasar thought there might be some danger behind him, and as a result he slid in hoping to kick it out for a corner, and he only succeeded in kicking it straight to their striker, who put it in the roof of the net. So that was 8 minutes gone, 1-0 to Kobe. But not long after, 15 minutes or so into the game, Pedro Porro equalised 1-1. Deki Kulusevski, after some lovely build-up play with a beautiful flick round the corner, Porro looks like he's going to shoot across the keeper, right-footed into the far corner, but instead cuts inside his defender and places it beautifully into the far corner with his left foot. And as Amir said at the time, not many fullbacks around who have that composure in the final third.
Brilliant finish by Pedro.
Then in the second half, 47 minutes gone, 2-1. Pedro Porro with a beautiful long-range through ball inside the fullback to Brennan Johnson, who does absolutely the right thing. It's classic Ange ball, really. Whips the ball across the front, and Heung-min Son flies in at the back stick to make it 2-1. Kind of slotted finish into the far corner. Then on 63 minutes, 2-2, Archie Gray, who we will talk about, he played from the start and was wonderful. His only bad touch of the game, unfortunately, led to their equaliser. It came to him in central midfield. He had a bit of a bad touch. It wasn't an easy touch, but it was a bit of a bad one. On transition, they then got forward and had a shot, and Emerson Royal slid in to try and stop the shot, but it ended up deflecting off him into the goal. Emerson Royal, someone else we'll talk about, because we were all, I think, fair to say, surprised that he started the game. And then, as you mentioned, a couple of minutes to go, Mikey Moore, some beautiful football down the left-hand side between Jamie Donnelly and Manor Solomon, actually. Donnelly got to the byline, cuts it across the front, and Mikey Moore could not miss, got himself into a beautiful A1 position to score the winner, and his reputation and his value will just continue to go up. Just to remember, Mikey Moore, 16 years old, the youngest player ever to play in the Premier League for Tottenham Hotspur, one of the great hopes of English football, and he only turned 17 in a couple of weeks' time, which is when he can sign his first professional contract. But let's go back to that kind of first half where we started, Amir, with basically the majority of our first team from last season. Emerson Royal playing at centre-back. You were surprised about that?
Yeah, I was surprised, Royal. You know, there's been a lot of talk of him going to Italy. There are a few clubs in for him. So I'm just surprised. You know, they know the player they're getting, so we don't really need to put him in the shop window. So why is he still getting minutes when you've got other players that you could be playing there? I don't know. Maybe there's a sign that maybe that's a sign that the talks have broken down and that he's staying. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll find that out. But in that first half, I think we did really well in some parts, some aspects of our game. You know, the link-ups for the goals were good. Kulu was good.
The first 15 minutes were difficult, weren't they? Because they were Kobe who were in the middle of their season, much fitter than us.
Yeah, and we were also rusty a little bit. You know, even Madders losing the ball a little bit. Sarr was completely not himself today, making mistakes, and he wasn't covering the pitch as well the way we're used to. You know, he's usually box to box, he's everywhere. So yeah, it's just getting that rustiness out of some of the players' legs. But overall, I think the play was good in that first half. Just a little bit sloppy.
What did you make of Decky Kulusevski started the game as the false 9 with Sonny playing on the left and Brennan Johnson on the right. Do you like Decky Kulusevski as the 9?
I actually quite like him in that position. I think he did well. The assist for the goal was really nice. I think with his hold-up play as well, he's got some room for improvement, but I think he's learning. He's building into that role. It gives him a bit more unpredictability. Is he going to take it on his right, on his left? And I'd like to see him there a little bit more. He's going to be a real utility player this season, I can see, plugging in on that right, maybe sometimes in that 10 and sometimes as a false 9.
Yeah.
So
for all the people who I think have been saying in the last few weeks, maybe we should get rid of Decky Kulusevski, I would say you are not going to get many better squad players.
You don't get rid of Kulu.
All you'd ever get for him is like 30, 40 million, and you're not going to get many better squad players with that versatility. Also, I mentioned him already. I don't think we should take away from Archie Gray's performance just because he had one bad touch. He was absolutely the player on the pitch, the best player on the pitch for the first 60 minutes. For the first 60 minutes.
By far.
What do you like about him, Amir?
Oh, the composure the kid is showing on the ball. His ability to play out from the back, the passing range. He really does look so composed. He's going from strength to strength. And when you're thinking about it, he's not even played. Well, he played the last few minutes in his normal position, but he was playing at centre back. You're asking an 18-year-old to play out of position, and he's doing it phenomenally well. I'd say even better than some of the players that we do have at centre back. But that's another story.
Yeah, I thought Archie Gray was incredible. That's the kind of first time I've watched the full 90 minutes of him, and I love how composed he is. I love how much he wants to get on the ball. He plays brave passes between the lines all the time. Absolutely what Ange Postecoglou wants. He is fearless, as were all the players who came on around the 60th minute. But before we go into talking about those youth players who were completely fearless, I want to just talk about that Pedro Porro goal. Great to see him scoring early in pre-season. I feel like he's got more goals that he can score for us this season. Obviously, we know he's got a long-range master blaster in him, but also that showed some great composure in the box. How many goals can we expect? I think 5 minimum in the Premier League this season?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? Porro gets himself into those attacking positions all the time. And I'm expecting him to up his game as well. I said it during the match. We expect so much from Porro because we saw the levels that he was at last season. His quality was always up there, and he improved the defensive side of his game as well. So we know he can take instruction on and he can really improve. So I'm thinking Porro will go from strength to strength. Don't even be surprised if he gets more than 5 goals this season.
Yeah. So then, around 60 minutes, I guess, as expected. There were a few subs just before then, but the majority of the young players came on in the 60th minute or so. The players who came on were Spence, Phillips and Abbott at centre-half, Jamie Donnelly, who came on a bit earlier at left-back. Incredibly impressed with Jamie Donnelly. Starting out of position, set up, obviously, the winner in the end. Cultured left foot. I'd been a bit worried, having seen him get some minutes against Man City at the Etihad last season, that maybe he wasn't quick enough, but he seems quick enough to me. And he's a big guy as well. But you really love Donnelly, don't you? Say a few words about how you feel about him.
I love Donnelly. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think today, in terms of the subs that came on, apart from Mikey Moore, he got his goal. I think in terms of the players that came on, he did the best, actually. He hit the post. His link-up with Manor was looking very well as well.
Yeah.
That link-up play that they seem to have some kind of understanding that they're building on in training. Set up the goal, got his assist, and I think he needs to be in the squad, to be perfectly honest with you.
I mentioned during the watch-along some rumours about Jamie Donnelly potentially getting a loan move to Rob Edwards' Luton, which would be like the upper echelons of the Championship. That might not be a bad thing, but the only reason I say that, and I do really like the look of him, and obviously he can play a few positions, which Ange will like as well, is because I was absolutely blown away once again by Lucas Bergvall when he came on. He is a playmaker. He's a maestro. He's a quarterback. He reminds me of a mix of Luka Modric and Martin Ødegaard, as hard as that is for me to say. He manipulates the ball. He always wants it. He takes positions up in between the lines. He's always begging for the ball, and he wants to be, for me, I think he wants to be the most important player on the pitch. So I was incredibly impressed by Bergvall. Lancashire came on, did a good job holding the ball up. Alfie Devine came on, and I was impressed with him as well. Similar to Bergvall, maybe not quite at the level, but always looking to play progressive passes. Brave, fearless on the ball. And obviously, Mikey Moore, who is, I think, potentially they're not similar players, but I remember very well the clamour about Wayne Rooney when he was coming up at Everton, when he was just 15, 16. He got his Premier League debut at 16, scored that goal against David Seaman and Arsenal at Goodison at 16. And they're not similar players, but he is just clearly a kind of cut above.
I think, he's a cut above most players his age, and I would say even going older than that, 18, 19, 20, I think he's probably above that lot as well.
Yeah.
Huge things to come. For me, the most important thing, we got to remember we're talking about a 16-year-old here. Yeah. So very young. There's lots of aspects outside of football that can affect him. So for me, what I'm looking for from Tottenham Hotspur is to have a pathway for him, and not just a pathway, but a way of looking after him. Look what happened to Dele Alli. He was amazing. He had problems mentally, and then, we all know how that ended up. I do not want to mismanage this youngster. He's a mercurial talent. We've got to wrap him in cotton wool. We've got to look after him as much as we can. We've got to give him the minutes that he deserves this season. I want to see him playing in Europe this season. Simple as that. And he will go from strength to strength. We saw it in the game. I was disappointed when he missed that header. Another lovely ball in, lovely cross in, and he headed up a bit instead of heading down. But that was fine. He didn't let that affect him. He was still brave on the ball. He was still trying to do things, make things work. The beautiful ball he played through to Spence, creating the chance. And then he's in the right place at the right time, gets his tap in from the perfect Ange ball. Solomon to Donley into Moore. Game's over. 3-2. Phenomenal.
Should also say Jed Spence was impressive when he came on again. He's looked good in pre-season every game so far.
He looks like he wants to nail down a position in the squad.
So here's my main question for you then is, I think he looks like he's got what it takes to be the backup for Toporo, absolutely. But how will he feel when, realistically, the Premier League starts and he isn't going to get a game unless there's suspension or injury? Will he throw his toys out the pram? Or do you feel confident that he knows that he will get enough minutes in Europe and with suspensions and injuries to know that he has a worthwhile part to play in this squad? Because if he does and he's willing to knuckle down, I think he's got great attributes.
Yeah, I think he's the right man for the job. If his headspace is in the right place and he is willing to fight for that shirt, fight for the position, and he's down with the project and Ange and the team and he's happy, then I think we've got a great player on our hands in Jed Spence. I just hope we forget this sometimes as fans, but there's so much of football that is played up here in these players' minds. So I really do hope for Jed, because he's showing me, honestly, he's someone that I did have a bit of doubts on, with his loans out and everything else. So he's really proving to me in this pre-season that he wants to be at Tottenham Hotspur. And if he's playing the way that he's played in this pre-season and he's going about his business in that way, I would welcome him into the squad.
Great stuff. Arms. Amir, thank you so much for doing the watch along and the post-match instant match reaction. Guys, if you haven't already, please press subscribe on WeAreTottenhamTV. Give this video a like. Also, come across to my channel at @BarnabySlater_. I give daily Spurs and transfer videos. I'm nearly at 10,000 subs. I'm desperate to get there, so give me a little subscribe and watch my videos. You can find Amir at the Olive Tree Podcast. And what a great day. 3-2 victory. We've got to see some lovely football.
Come on.
Our young hope scored the winner. 3-2. Mikey Moore, what's not to love? Come on, you